Once we are live.
Don't. Should we move the
No, it's good.
alien life form that's growing out of the desk?
I moved it
Okay.
exactly where it needed to be.
It's an alien life form.
I guess.
Do.
Welcome to the Word Have Power Murder Hour Saturday night live stream. Pagan Perspectives.
Pagan Perspectives. Yes, we're gonna wait a minute to see.
We got two people in here.
I yet again I forgot to share. Lighting.
That's fine.
Lighting is always a problem. Let me see. Let's share this to Twitter. The Twitters.
To the tweets.
Tweety tweets.
Tweet. Little birdie goes.
Okay. Ha 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 ha. Oh, poor Onision. It's so funny.
But their life is falling apart.
I mean, he kind of definitely deserves every bit of that.
Yeah.
Anytime now. Anytime now. Thank you. Okay. Yes. All right. Shared.
Da.
What?
Da.
Who?
Da.
Right.
Da.
Okay, so we have someone who watches the channel who cannot join in and kind of decided to give her a nickname. She loves blue eyeshadow, so I'm going to call her Elsa. Kind of makes sense, yeah? Frozen. I haven't actually seen that movie, but
I thought that's where we were going, but I wasn't sure.
I mean, every time I see her, she's in a blue dress and she's all icy. So
the cold never bothered me anyway.
Okay, I've never seen that movie.
Let it go. Let it go.
Well, that could be. Let your abuser go.
Let them go.
Let them go. Yes. Okay, so I don't know if you can see right here. My skin is kind of breaking out. Apparently the blush that I have is not good because sensitive skin. So I'm probably going to get some ColourPop blush because apparently I can wear ColourPop.
And only ColourPop.
It seems like it might be that way. I don't really know at this point. That was probably really loud. I'm sorry.
And we apologize for the disturbance.
Alrighty, so today for Elsa, I'm going to be I'm testing out the colors with ColourPop to see what I can actually use, because usually I can't use green, blue, or purple.
So let's do blue today.
I did green the other day and had no problem. I did purple yesterday. Today I'm doing blue. Mm-hmm. And because Elsa, because of all that, I'm going to put this on. I know she usually watches the replay. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. Whatever it is. Blue. I normally don't really wear blue eyeshadow because I'm really pale and I have 80s flashbacks that are not pleasant. But yes, so
apparently, according to modern American opinion, blue is what women of the sex industry wear.
What?
Yep.
Seriously? What does that have to do with the price of tea anywhere?
I don't know. My stepsister tried going to school one day with blue eyeshadow, and my stepdad made her go back upstairs and redo her makeup because W's wear blue eyeshadow.
I mean, first off, your stepdad shouldn't have been thinking of your sister on those terms. That's creepy. I have never heard that. I don't know. That's just more weirdness from toxic men.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know him. I don't know if he actually was toxic or not.
Oh, this is the guy that almost smashed my face into a computer monitor.
Okay, so yes, he was toxic.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's good to know. My OCD is kind of kicking a little bit. I'm not going to look at it. I'm gonna look at these blues, however. So it's Pagan Perspectives. Saturday. It is Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be just like me to have no grasp of time and say it's Pagan Perspective Saturday when it's Sunday?
Now, if it was Sunday, you would know it's Sunday.
Why?
Because Baby Girl would have gone to mom's today. You would have slept through it today, though. You didn't wake up till 5:30.
Man, I slept so late today. That's a problem with having insomnia. You know, sometimes you can't get to sleep, and then when you do finally get to sleep, it completely messes up your whole schedule. Fun times. I am at a loss. I am at a loss.
Sparkly or non-sparkly? That is the question.
I usually start with a matte,
Mm-hmm.
and like some of these have sparkly, but you can use them as a matte too.
Mm-hmm. Like that top blue one?
Yeah, like that and that. To get the sparkly in there, you have to use your finger.
Mm-hmm. To show everyone what we're talking about,
Hi.
this is the palette.
Yeah, and I'm doing blues today.
Yes.
Some of those greens look kind of bluish. Like that one looks kind of blue.
It's a midtone.
That's just weird.
It is a midtone.
We have to do something about the lighting.
And the lighting looks good.
Not on me.
I mean, you're pale.
I am like a zombie. I am the resident zombie.
Your skin is not gray and decaying. No. It is wrong.
It's deathly pale. Okay, I'm the vampire. I'm the resident vampire.
You are the undead persuasion. Zombies are too. Vampire.
I mean, unless they have...
We should be going to a masquerade.
I've been to so many masquerades. I don't even... So many masquerades. But one thing I do want, because I really like them, and I just realized... Oh, I knew I was going to do the blinky thing. We need to also get the adapter for this.
At some point. Just click through. It should stop. That's green constantly.
Ah!
There you go.
Okay. All right. Yay. Okay. So, pagan. What are we talking about for pagan perspective?
Oh, you want to go over your pagan perspective today?
My pagan perspective.
Yeah, your pagan perspective. Your PP.
I mean, it's ancient Egyptian, ancient Kemetic.
And then?
And also Indigenous American.
Details. Tell us more of your ancient Kemetic practices.
I mean, details. There's a lot to it. So that's part of the reason this channel is named Words Have Power. Because to the ancient Egyptian people, words definitely had power. So if you had like if they were talking about an evil entity, you know, they used hieroglyphs, which are like pictures, right?
Pictographs, yeah.
So if they had a picture of this evil deity or whatever, a demon, whatever, they would cut it in half. They'd cut its head off because words have power.
Written or spoken.
Right. So they didn't want to give it power, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's that whole idea of, I like that idea and the whole thought of how we talk about women and children in popular media, and it's just in everyday life, how we talk about victims of violent crime, victims and survivors of violent crime, has an effect on the whole culture. And I really dislike how women and children are often dehumanized, especially when a white man victimizes them, right?
Or depersonalized at the very least.
I mean, a lot of the time it's just dehumanized.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they'll say what's an example?
When Jeffrey Epstein was actually prosecuted for doing what he did,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, he was prosecuted for solicitation of prostitution of minors. Minors can't consent to having sex or signing a contract or anything like that, or to being a sex worker, right?
Mhm.
So they did not charge him with the crimes he actually committed. Instead, they purposefully twisted it and made out like his victims were sex workers. They were not. It was they were groomed. So they dehumanized, and it was in the media. Like I think there were one or two articles about it. So in the media, they dehumanized these minor children, and the one article said, I'm trying to remember exactly, but I'm gonna paraphrase, but it was something to the effect of, he was convicted on however many counts of solicitation of prostitution from two underaged women.
That's an oxymoron. Underage women.
Right. See, they try to make it okay. They're women. They were underaged,
But they were women?
but they're women.
No, they're girls. They're little girls.
And if it's a woman who is victimized, then a lot of the time they'll call that woman female or girl, taking away her adult agency and infantilizing that woman, right? Or making her not even human. When you use the word female or male for a creature, for most people, somewhere in your mind, you're thinking cattle, chickens, whatever. You're not thinking a human being. Um, I'm hoping this culture will get away from calling women females all the time. Those females. It's just, it's pushing. I know, I get it, but you're not in the military anymore.
That was drilled into me though.
I know, so me too. I was in law enforcement, and it was drilled into me too. But words do have power. So, and going back to ancient Egypt, um, how we say things, how we talk about things, how we um, consider things, that it gives a power to how we actually think about things and people and whatnot. There's a lot of, it can have a huge effect on the person or people in question, right? So, man, I have a serious bone to pick with a lot of news agencies, actually, with how they talk about women and girls and boys, just in general, and how they kind of almost glorify offenders. Words, words have power. That's kind of a big thing in the ancient Egyptian world and culture.
I wonder how many news articles I'll find if I look for upset husband kills two.
Many, probably.
Or kills X representing number.
Stephen King, his wife pushed him to donate to a library, or it was something that she was really into. And it was kind of her pet project, whatever. And instead of saying like Stephen King, and I forget her name, and Mrs. King, like her name, whatever, they just said Stephen King and wife. They kind of erased her out of that situation. She's the whole reason it happened, but whatevs, like, I mean, on one hand, I kind of sort of get it because that's motherfucking Stephen King.
But at the
What?
same time,
Like,
she has a name. Her name is Tabitha.
she's actually a human. Tabitha, right? Okay. So it should have been Stephen King and, Stephen and Tabitha King, right? Like, she's a human being, is what I'm saying.
She has a name. It's on a birth certificate and a social security card.
She doesn't just exist as his wife, Even in ancient Egypt, the kings, well, usually the pharaohs had multiple, like, wives and concubines, but, like, the main wife and the other favorite wives, their names would be prominent as well, like Nefertari, Nefertiti. That's how we know these women, because they were important, and words have power, right? Even the names of the pharaohs and the queens, and Hatshepsut, she was a pharaoh. Their names have meaning if you look into their names. Very powerful names. So yeah, so my spiritual path is kind of weird, and there's a lot of layers. You can skim the surface or you can go deeper. It depends on.
Well, it's why we're here to go deeper, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'd take, like, this is a lifetime of reading. I couldn't even.
Broad strokes. Give us broad strokes.
I don't know.
How do you practice?
How do I practice?
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard question to answer. And the indigenous side of things and then the ancient Egyptian, they kind of mesh and merge in a lot of ways. Like, the path of Ma'at is all about learning and growing and living life to the fullest as much as possible and being as good to the people around you as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Can you grab the charger?
I'll just go put it on the charger.
Okay. And that's important because you want your heart to balance in the afterlife. Otherwise, your heart is fed to Amut and you don't have an afterlife that you even want to think of. Anyway, the point is you want to go to the field of sweet reeds in the afterlife.
Mm-hmm. Which, in a way, I think ancient Kemetic, the way that they portray the afterlife, is a lot more, in a way, forgiving than most other cultures. Because instead of, hey, your heart's heavy, you were a bad person, you're going to hell, it's, oh, hey, your heart was heavy, you didn't live a life, your heart is weighted, you won't be well rested in the afterlife, you won't be peaceful, you no longer exist.
It's not that you no longer exist, it's that they didn't talk about it much. I mean, they did, but words have power, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Amat was a constant state of not being.
Which is where they get Amut.
So if you think about that, that insinuates to me that you're there and aware, but you don't get all of the good parts of life, all of the best, all the things you enjoyed most about life are in the field of sweet reeds, and you don't get that.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
So it's not necessarily suffering, it's just sitting in essentially the sensory deprivation pool of the afterlife.
Maybe. I suppose. I mean, they didn't think about it on those terms.
Tell us about Ma'at.
Ma'at. Ma'at is very interesting. So a lot of gods and goddesses are more like concepts, right? So Ma'at is the concept of civilization. And it's interesting to me that the concept of civilization is feminine. I find that really, really intriguing. Athena, baby, that's enough. What? Okay. Yeah, so the concept of the force of civilization, though, the thing that brings order out of chaos is feminine. And I find that really intriguing. She's so cute. He's just so cute. All right, so speaking of, actually, this is the perfect time to do as close to lapis lazuli as I can get, which is probably this
That one.
blue. But
Yeah.
that would work too, because
It's
you know.
too light.
No, some lapis lazuli is kind of.
Oh yeah, it's like shining through the backlight gemstone. Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Or some serious blue.
I have not dug into this blue yet before. There's gonna be. Wow. Okay. All right. So I already have like blush, eyebrows, mascara, lip, all that stuff done. This is. What you doing?
See if I can find a way to zoom in on you doing your makeup.
No, it's okay. So, yeah, I don't normally wear blue, but this might be a game changer for me. If this doesn't make my eyes water, that would be cool. Why don't you talk about your thing while I do this? Because it's hard for me to talk and do this at the same time. Because wow, that is blue.
Or we want to know how I became pagan?
No, just talk about your path. I guess for a little bit.
My weird.
Sure.
Okay. So weird spelled W-Y-R-D. It's a Norse pagan concept. The choices that you make, the choices that the people around you make, and the choices of the people beyond that comprise of the world affect the weird. Where you are in it, the choices that lie before you, things that are in your past, all of that is the weird. Just
She's so cute.
Just very cute. So my primary practice faith is Norse paganism, more along the lines of universalist Asatru, and there is a difference. There is a difference between like universalist and focused Asatru. Focused are the mind of if you aren't of the blood, you can't be of the faith, and universalists are like, yeah, sure, dude, we don't care where you're from. If you want to practice the faith, but practice the faith. Respect the tenets, whatever tenets there are, which are very simple. Really, what it boils down to is look for the wisdom from the Eddas, from the runes. Don't bring dishonor to your name, because that's the name of your ancestors and the name of your descendants. So tarnishing your name is tarnishing everyone's name. Protect your kin, and your kin is more than just your family. Your kin is also your closest friends, because especially back in the day, you were out working with these people, hunting with these people. If you were actually to go a Viking, fighting alongside, sailing alongside, living alongside these people for extended periods of time. Essentially, don't be an asshole. That's what it boiled down to. Don't be an asshole and protect the people around you. To put it in layman's terms. So that's the Norse pagan Asatru aspect of my religion. But I'm actually more, while that is my primary faith, I'm more of a universal polytheist, I believe would be an accurate descriptor. So I acknowledge and accept the gods of all faiths, for the most part, as valid, true, and real. So I acknowledge that the Christian God is real. All the variants of Christian God, the white God, the Hispanic God, the African American God, the Jewish God, the Israeli God, Allah. Whatever skin color you want God to be, sure. I will pick on the Christians, however. I also respect and acknowledge Cometicism, Indigenous Americans, spiritualism, ancient Greek and Roman Hellenistic, I believe it is called.
I do believe. I don't follow that path, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's what they call it.
Yeah. Buddhist, whatever. As long as you're not worshiping the flying spaghetti monster, your religion is true and valid. If it's got like ingrained deep history, it's true.
I mean, a flying spaghetti monster could be a thing. I don't know.
To quote myself, great proof of concept, still bullshit.
Okay, so I will say on this blue, wow, there's a lot of fallout. All right, so I'm just gonna have blue under my eyes, and we're just gonna have to deal with that.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think it looks more blue there.
Which is weird because the purple kind of looked more bluish to me yesterday.
Maybe the lights just bring out a bit more.
Certainly seems that way. Baby girl, what's the matter? I love you.
But I do pay homage to two other deities and other pantheons aside from the Nordic pantheon, and that would be Prometheus from the Greek pantheon, the one who brought fire to man. Who's also attributed the ability to see into the future. Athena, go back into your room.
You gotta turn that down, baby.
I'm gonna leave that around a little bit. Come on, bud.
Wow, this blue is so powerful. This is a very serious blue. There is some fallout, so if you can look down while you're applying it, that will work out better. Make sure to tap your brush after you dip in the pan and then look down because it is very strong. Very strong. And there will be fallout. From this blue, there's some fallout.
Oh, I thought we were talking about precognizance.
No, I was telling Elsa, someday when she gets
Right.
some of these palettes, if she gets the Fade into Hue, this is the Fade into Hue ColourPop palette.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably going to want to use a bunch of the blue. I'm going to have to be careful with it. It is powerful.
I pay homage to Prometheus because I am precognizant. What's another word for that? What's the layman's word for precognizant?
I guess catches like glimpses of the future.
Yeah. Not really in any like kind of prophetic sense. It's relevant to my personal future. So when I get deja vu, it's because I've seen it in a dream.
Hello to whoever's on here.
Hello.
If it's Elsa, you might want to hang around because I'm doing the blue for you today. I'm actually applying it on a string, which is kind of weird, but
Finally, right?
yeah, I tried to do the green and it just, that was when we were having problems with,
The cam and sound and everything.
I think a bunch of people were having problems with the internet at that point. So it was not just me.
I was doing the freeze, the hard freeze.
Yeah, there was weirdness going on for a bunch of people.
Yeah, I got paid extra.
That's cool.
Right? But then the third deity that I pay homage to, you may not like this one, is Set from the Kemetic pantheon.
No.
He's a warrior god.
If they want to know about that one, they can look it up themselves. We're not talking about that on here.
Seth, Set.
We can maybe talk about that later. Not while I'm doing eye makeup.
He is a bringer. He's a bringer of chaos.
Hey, baby.
Hey,
what are you doing? You can sit in your chair. You want to go sit in your chair? Where's your chair at?
In her bedroom.
Wow, this blue is just... So the lightest shade is called Take It Easel. And that is so very easy to work with. The midpoint blue that I was working with is called Watermark, and that's the one there was a lot of like kickback and fallout, but man, it's beautiful. Beautiful. So what you're seeing on camera, I'm seeing, it's just magical. Okay, I normally don't even mess with blues because blues can be just, they don't blend right, they don't sit right, they get all patchy, they're all weird, I get irritated. You know, this is perfect. This is perfect. And that light blue is a very, very blendable. Does she sounds like she wants... Marcus?
Yes.
She sounds like she wants more milk.
She also wants to.
Oh, okay. We'll just wash out that sippy and...
It's fresh. Just wash it out. That's all it is.
Yeah, so wow, that's like, I do have a little bit of, well, you can't see it on the camera. That's weird. I can see in the mirror that there's blue right here from the fallout. Huh, that's interesting. Man, this palette is so fun to just play with. And to just blend. So yeah, so for ancient Egyptian people, colors had meaning. Everything in nature has meaning, many different meanings. Animals, like just everything. And that whole concept of everything is connected. And I'm trying to think of, I don't know. I don't want this to just be me and Marcus talking about our paths, right? I want us to talk about other people's paths as well. Um, but if you go watch like a movie like The Mummy, please bear in mind that that is based on like, God, that was a hard movie to watch. It was so difficult. Um, because they really kind of took some liberties in that movie.
What movie?
The Mummy.
The trilogy or the one with the dude from Mission Impossible?
I refuse. I refuse.
Same.
I'm not going there. That's
No.
okay.
Pass. Hard pass. 999.
The one with Brendan Fraser. I
Mhm.
mean, they did try. I will give them that. They did try. But man, there were some things in that that I just wanted to break things. I was like, really?
Like home tip.
Don't even get me started.
And the Scorpion King. Didn't expect him to make an appearance.
I don't think I saw that one.
It was the second one. But they had kids.
Did they make him an evil bad guy?
The Scorpion King?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like at the end of the movie, giant centaur-esque scorpion dude with like scorpion arms, but like the Rock's torso and head, but like below the torso was a scorpion. I think in D&D that's called a Tenkali. It's a very weird TCL.
That needs to be turned down. That's really loud. Yeah, no. No. Why make up these other like mythological creatures that have nothing to do with ancient Kemet when there are already creatures in the ancient Egyptian pantheon? It just is irritating. That is what that is. That is irritating, is what that is. Why? I don't understand it. I will never understand it. All right, what am I doing on the under eye? Since I can do on the under eye. Wow, that blue. Look.
That's really good. Like sky to ocean.
Let's see. Play with the lights because what I'm seeing in real life is stunning.
That's stunning. What are you talking about?
That's better. Yeah, but I mean, you couldn't see how the darker color merged in like the blending.
Oh, like it was less defined.
Yeah.
Before.
You couldn't really see the blending that I did. But I do need some light because, I have shimmers.
No. Otherwise, I just look like a shadowy figure in the background. Creeping.
I mean, that kind of works for you, though.
Creeping?
Not the creeping part, just, You're not creepy, and you're not creeping. That's not. No, that's not a thing.
I can't be creepy.
Okay, so, do we do shimmers in the same blue spectrum, or do we do purple, or we can throw any color on there we want to, really.
Gold.
Gold?
Gold.
Gold. I mean, yellow is the closest they have to gold in this. That's a matte. That's the Shine Bright is the...
One below.
Huh?
One below.
This one?
Yeah.
That's a matte.
Okay.
I'm going to do a shimmer.
Okay.
I gotta have some sparklies going on here.
Okay.
That might turn green, though. I mean, yellow and blue typically kind of sort of...
Oh, that's why green's in between those two. Okay.
All right, Goofus.
Sorry, I'm an asshole.
It's hard. It's so difficult. Maybe orange?
Why is my facial hair fishtailing or whale tailing? What would you call that?
Dolphin tail?
Dolphin tail? I guess dolphin tail. Yeah.
I don't know, babe. I'm thinking purple. Maybe. Yeah, let's do purple. I know that Elsa really likes the blue, and I get that, but I know I can use purple. Man, I'm going to have like 10 different colors on my eyelids. If this blue works and I don't have an allergic reaction to it, that would be awesome. See, you're not that, it just looks blue.
Sparkly.
Yeah.
Pretty, shine.
But in real life, it is very, very purple and very pretty with this blue. So yeah. I heard there's a group that wants to build a Viking longhouse here in the US.
I thought they already did.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is like a different group or. So they did build one in the US?
I swear.
Really?
I'll look it up.
I know there's a temple to Athena here in the US.
Oh yeah, the Parthenon.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, is awesome. And someday I have to go there. It has purple all over my fingers. Wow, look at that. It is so pretty. Like the purple kind of merges and becomes blue. I love it. You're not seeing the full effect on the camera. And that is sad. Like that really kind of makes me sad. We have to get better lights at some point. So let's see.
I know that if I ever got the funds, I would want to build a Viking longhouse by hand. Like full on 30 feet by 100 feet. Was it feet or yards?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I have no idea. Yeah, what I was gonna say, what other movies have you seen that really kind of like either were really good or really irritated you about like a Sotru or like the Norse, the Old Norse?
That's a hard question. I think there was a movie called. Okay, so check this. Follow me here. I think there was a movie, I believe, let me actually double check it real quick, called Ragnarok. Not Thor Ragnarok. Straight Ragnarok. Make sure I'm thinking of the right one. And somehow I typed in Trinimech.
What, is that a thing? What is that? What?
Some elvish thing.
I don't think I've ever heard that word, Trinimech. Sounds like a cheeseburger or something.
Okay. So there was a movie called Ragnarok. It's like in modern times, these kids find a stone that's got like the serpent Jormungandr carved into it, runic and everything. and somehow they'll wind up awakening it, but it's so much smaller than what Jormungandr actually is. It is like the equivalent of the giant anaconda from the movie Anaconda, comparable to that size.
I don't think I ever saw that movie
It
either.
is released in 2013. It's a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb, 69% on Rotten Tomatoes, nice, and 52 on Metacritic.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't that serpent supposed to be like encompassing the world? And
Yeah.
so how could they say that it was suddenly super duper tiny?
Movie
Mm,
plot.
okay.
I don't know.
So confused.
Actually, look up Norse movies.
I was confused like that with the mummy too. I was like, wait, what? Half the movie, I was like,
Valhalla
huh?
Valhalla Rising is an interesting one. Like, I actually liked Valhalla Rising.
Please stop moving the chair.
Right, try not to.
I don't want to poke an eyeball out.
I know.
Is that the one that where there was a very little said
Yeah,
during the movie?
yeah. Incredibly little set. All the actions, the scenery, what was happening in the movie was a story, and you didn't need words to communicate it.
Bonus points. The guy is the guy who played Hannibal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
good actor.
Absolutely. I loved it. His portrayal of a Viking was beautiful. I especially love how at the end of it, like as like the character knew he was about to die, he made a cairn.
I thought he was actually dead throughout the movie.
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
He landed on America.
I was so confused. And I was actually, I think when I watched that, I was working on a paper.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I wasn't able to give it my full attention, which that's a movie you need to do that with.
Mm-hmm. In order to actually understand what's going on, you
yeah.
have to give it full attention.
Because they're not speaking. So,
Yeah.
I actually probably should rewatch that at some point.
I think it's still on Netflix. Valhalla Rising, it's a 2009 movie. 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 73% on Rotten Tomato, and 61 on Metacritic. It's a good movie. All around.
All right, Elsa. I hope you see it's not showing up
Not showing up.
as good. Like, well,
Hmm.
under the eye.
Yeah.
All the blending and whatnot.
There's one movie I haven't seen yet that I kind of want to. Mortal. It's like this dude who awakens to like godly powers. Apparently, primarily like electricity based, like he's Thor, but he can also fly.
I mean, that would be kind of cool to be able to fly. I would kind of like that.
Why is Outlander on here as a Norse movie?
I have no idea. I don't think that's the Outlander that you're thinking of.
Yeah, it's 2008 Outlander. Oh yeah, so it is a Norse movie.
I'm still kind of sort of having 80s flashbacks from this blue. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, Vikingdom. Can we talk about Vikingdom for a moment?
I don't think I've heard of that one before.
Trash. Straight up, absolute trash.
I feel a rant coming on.
The dude is trying, like, his father dies, his brother's trying to, like, start a war and everything, and he's working with Thor to start a war, so the other brother, who's, like, the more responsible brother, who's supposed to inherit the kingdom from the father, has to go on a fucking journey to, like, stop the war from fucking happening, and guess what? Has to fight Thor, and has to kill Thor.
How does a mortal kill
Thor.
what?
He kills Thor. And completely, apparently, just destroys all the laws of Ragnarok, where Thor is supposed to die by the hand of Jormungandr, the world serpent. Oh, and then there's Ivar the Boneless, who makes an appearance in the movie. Guess what? He's a child predator.
Mm.
And he's called Ivor the Boneless because his really don't work unless it's a child.
Eh.
Yeah, that's why it's called Ivor the Boneless.
Okay, well, we can't talk too much about that because the video will be taken down.
Yeah, and just please tell me this thing has shit ratings. Yes, it has the shittiest ratings. 3.3 of 10 on IBM, 43%. You're lucky you got that on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 39% on Metacritic. It is trash. Son of the Mask? Oh, right, because it's the Mask of Loki. Can we talk about that for a second? First of all, Jim Carrey, great actor. Love him. Love all the work that he does. The Mask. The Mask is called the Mask of Loki, the trickster god. And somehow that equates into turning a man's face green and he can do anything that he wants in the world, bending the laws of reality and physics in the most cartoonish, hilarious way possible. They were great movies, but I don't appreciate the representation at all.
I mean, I do kind of sort of get it, though, that Loki was a trickster, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Beowulf, apparently. It's one of the first stories translated, apparently.
What do you think is a green?
It's a good accent on top. Beowulf is a good movie. Beowulf is a good book.
Is that the one with Angelina Jolie in it?
As the dragon, as the herpes dragon, question mark?
The what?
It was a meme back in the day. Herpes turns you into a dragon. That's what happened to Angelina Jolie in the movie, apparently.
I mean, I would like a dragon like that.
You want a herpes dragon?
No, I don't want the whole herpes thing, but
Okay.
Angelina Jolie is a dragon? Sure. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, want to talk about Max Payne?
I don't know that one.
Max Payne. The detective?
I don't know that one.
So Max Payne is a detective whose wife and child gets murdered. And I think they think he did it. They drugged him, something like that. It was somebody, it was a government official, because he was doing some kind of investigation. Don't quote me, I don't remember the plot perfectly. I apologize. But he wanted to, like, while he's on his way into the police precinct, or this, not the precinct, this building filled with all the criminal underground that's throwing these drugs, which got him killed because it was an investigation to the drugs, actually. He winds up taking the drug, and as he's killing people, they get grabbed by the shoulders and carried off by these harpy-esque Valkyries.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
He winds up dying at the end of it, but he kills everybody in the fucking building. That is a true. Taking the berserker brew and just going ham. Oh yeah, perfect representation. No, that was completely serious. Take the berserker brew and go ham. Hell yeah.
Okay, so I added green onto it because I couldn't just do straight blue. It just was kind of driving me a little bit nuts. I have glitter in weird places. We're not going to do that. Okay. All right, there you go, Elsa. You got your blue mixed with some green. Wow. I mean, it looks way better in real life, but it does look, I think, pretty good on camera as well. What in the hell is going on?
It's a Saturday night.
2 nights in a row, though. Fire trucks,
Friday
ambulances.
Night. It was a Friday night, and it's a Saturday night in the city of New Orleans.
It's usually not like this, baby. I'm telling you here, because you're usually off working, it's not like this.
I would
Like-
have been home by now.
here. Several nights in a row is what I'm saying.
Okay, I get you. Remember the 1999 Beowulf? Not the animated one with Angelina Jolie, but the one with the dude with white hair, spiky white hair.
And I think that might have been around the time that I wasn't watching very much TV or whatever, because college and writing papers. If I did watch something, I was like
It had
writing a paper, not paying attention.
It had the woman from Underworld in it as a co-star.
I vaguely remember that.
So
I think.
And it was a cheesy sci-fi movie from 1999, but it was so good.
99. That would have been around the time I was working so much.
And IBM gave it a 4.2 out of 10. Sad face. Trying to see if I've watched any other ones on this list.
I'm hoping eventually we'll have other people on here, to talk about their paths, whatever.
Let's
God,
talk about
I have-
Egyptian movies.
I have glitter right on this eyelash right here, and it's making my vision blurry.
Let's talk about the movie Egyptian Gods.
Egyptian gods. Which one is that?
The heavily.
I have to see the thing to know what you're talking about.
Hold on. That one, they whitewashed it. The fuck.
Oh Lord! I mean, it had so much potential.
It's so much potential. If they actually gotten the right fucking cast on top of that, and Horus had an eye patch for like the entire movie.
Horus, I don't think should have had the eye patch. That should have.
And the two main characters, Horus and my patron from the comedic pantheon, because I know you don't like me calling his name too much, are white guys. And then the goddess Isis is quasi represented the right way. It's looks to be a mixed woman.
And as it would have been really cool if they had someone who is passionate about ancient Egypt.
Not looking just to make a huge action blockbuster by whatever the freaking dude's name was.
There's a lot you can do with ancient Egypt if you want to make action movies. I could probably sit here and think of 10 different ways you could go with it and have it be amazing, respectful, and more accurate to like how they dress, how they did their makeup and their hair, how they would have looked,
I want to talk about Rome.
etc. Rome, that's the Ptolemaic period. They still did a really good job. I think.
That's what I was waiting for.
They did when you consider other fucking movies,
Like
way better.
Gods of Egypt, yeah.
Way better. Although they did make Cleopatra, Cleopatra killed a lot of people. She had a lot of people killed, like family members and shit. But
Not just her brother.
She was Greek. She wasn't actually Egyptian. She spoke the language, the Egyptian language, and that's part of the reason that the Egyptian populace loved her, most of them, because she actually was respectful of them, right?
Right.
So, but man, she killed off a lot of her family, like siblings and whatnot. She was like, nope, I'm ruling this shit.
That's a bit of a shame that I looked up Egyptian movies, and 90% of the first things were like Cleopatra.
Yeah. Hey, Leanne, how you doing?
Hey, Leanne.
How you do? I think okay. So just an FYI, I don't know how long you've been here. You know we have the watcher who can't join in chat and stuff. Um, we came up with a nickname for her. It's Elsa
Yes, from Frozen.
because she likes the blue eyeshadow. So I did the blue eyeshadow. Blue eyeshadow reminds me of the 80s though, and it kind of gives me bad flashbacks. So I did some green with the blue because I just, eh. But yeah. So I think Elsa was here, but I think she had to go.
Yeah.
I hope she's okay. I hope she enjoyed the blue. There will be more blue for you. Okay. Just I have to do it with other colors because I just all blue and I'm like, oh my god.
So movies include Cleopatra, Cairo Station, Cairo Time, Agora, which I haven't seen. Looks interesting.
Agora is good, but that's Greco-Roman. That's that Ptolemaic. It's a good movie though, but it's definitely during the kind of that Greek Christian overlap. But man, Hypatia. Oh, that.
Well, thank you, Leanne. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Um, I love Hypatia. I have been in love with that woman since I was a small child, and I read about her, and I was like, just she ran. She was there's so much good I could say about Hypatia.
Also, Prince of Egypt, and then there's the Ten Commandments.
No, not you, baby. The Ten Commandments with the
Curse of King Tut's Tomb, which is a western.
what?
Curse of King Tut's Tomb. It's a western.
Is that supposed to be an Indiana Jones thing?
I guess.
What the? I don't want to know.
You want to talk about Stargate?
How did I know we were going to go here?
The gods are mortals. Or really, the gods are parasites that burrow in and make a hole, a cavity in their stomachs. And then when they talk to the host, their eyes glow and their pitch turns echoey.
We are talking about is Pagan Perspectives.
Yes.
And we're talking about like Asatru, like the Norse representation in mainstream media, and also ancient Egyptian. And I'm over here trying not to have a meltdown because of how ancient Egypt is represented and whitewashed and Europeanized.
Okay. Here's one that isn't whitewashed. You ready for this? Queen of the Damned. I mean, it's vampire, but they got the casting right for like skin tone and everything. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I don't think that we'll ever truly know for sure. Like after a point when the pharaohs and with trade and all of that, they had people come from all over the place who were how often do you see it represented in mainstream news? Ancient Egypt or Norse? Is that we're talking about like movies, TV shows?
Yeah.
In the news, I mean, whenever there's a big new find in Egypt or whatnot, what's going on with her? Hold on, baby. Just a second. But with movies, man, they really can take some liberties with ancient Egypt. A bunch of white dudes running around acting like they're Egyptian guys. Just maybe in the Ptolemaic period, maybe, but not pre-Ptolemaic. I don't know. But like over time, there was probably some like, I think that ancient Egypt might have been like certain cities in ancient Egypt might have been some of the first major melting pots because you had a lot of people coming from all over the place for trade and all that stuff. So, but yeah. But guess what? The ancient pharaohs and much of the Egyptian population, they were black. They were African people. God. Yeah, I mean, I've known people from Egypt who were, um, they considered themselves indigenous Egyptians, and they the way they explained it to me, this one of my managers and his family were from Egypt, and me and his mom would have these amazing conversations, and she's like, the foreigners are the Muslims. The actual real Egyptians, a lot of them apparently, some, her family still kind of, they had this, they still acknowledged the ancient gods. Like it was very interesting. Yeah, yeah,
That's better.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty amazing when you realize that some of these cities had baby girl.
Athena.
I think she might be gonna be a singer.
She's got my vocal cords.
She, it's like she's doing scales or something sometimes, and I don't want to stop her because I want to encourage that. But it's kind of amazing. But yeah, like we can't reproduce a lot of the buildings the ancient Egyptians did now with our technology. Like there was an archaeological team that tried to build their own little pyramid, and it was small. It was a tiny little baby pyramid, and it was not. It fell apart. I think like 5 years later, you couldn't even tell it was there. And I was like, oh, look at these European people trying to Europeanize pyramids and pyramid building, and they're just no,
They
no
said do it
baby.
on a much smaller scale, like Cleopatra's Needle. Oh, that was imported.
Cleopatra's Needle. What do you mean?
Isn't that in Europe now?
She had two. Well, the two main ones that you might be thinking of. One is in it's in Europe. I don't remember where exactly. The other one is in New York.
Right.
Yeah, and
So
all the times I've been to New York, I have not seen it.
that's a shame and surprising.
That is a damn shame.
Yeah. You want to talk about comedic representation in like comic books as well?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Because there's a list. I
There,
got it right here.
there was this one comic. I don't even know that. I think I blocked it from my memory. It was so rude. I was just like, no,
Okay.
no,
You just wanna
no
go-
to that.
You just want to go superheroes real quick?
Jesus. They made Bast a white chick whiter than me. And I'm like, how?
¿Por qué no at least a black cat? How does that translate into white girl?
White with blonde hair. Bast. Like,
Okay.
man,
Did you know that Hawkman and Hawkgirl are comedic?
that kind of makes sense to me. My nephew just got a Google Nest. Is that what we have?
That's Google
Oh, I heard my mom say.
Home.
That's funny.
So yeah, Hawkman
What is a Google Nest?
as basically what that would connect to the whole house.
Oh, okay. We have what is that? A Google Home. Okay, yeah.
I think.
And that thing is kind of awesome because I can play music and play it on that, and it just is so good.
So Hawkman, which was originally the Egyptian prince Khufu, Khufu.
Khufu, yes. He was a pharaoh. He wasn't a prince. Well, he was a prince at one point, but I mean.
And Hawk Girl or Hawk Woman, depending on which one you wanted to go with, is the reincarnated soul of the Egyptian. It says priestess, but it's also apparently priestess and not just princess, Chayara. And there's also the Blue Beetle, which is the Blue Beetle mantle is like passed down.
Like a scarab, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And there's Dr. Fate, who's every time he uses any kind of like magic, the Ankh appears.
I'm all for that.
Mhm. Then there's Black Adam, who apparently has what became the Shazam during the height of the comedic pantheon, and then he became evil. He got banished to the far reaches of the universe.
I think it's Black Panther. That movie, you definitely saw some ancient Egyptian,
Oh hell yeah!
um, which made me so happy. That was such a positive movie in many ways. Um, she's gonna be a singer.
Hmm.
She could be a musician
And there's straight up the goddess Isis.
with pale skin. I mean,
Yeah.
in a lot of representations of Isis, she either has dark skin or like a reddish skin because Isis was the womb mother. She was the throne. Like a pharaoh could not be pharaoh without his Isis. She was the throne.
Yep.
The throne was the Europeanized idea of ancient Egypt is kind of, I could go on for days about that.
So
The ancient Egyptians were actually way more kind of matriarchal in a way because if the pharaoh didn't have the Isis, then he wasn't really the pharaoh. And there were rules, like there was a point and a reason to that,
mhm.
right? So
So on that note of Isis, Black Adam was apparently a pharaoh of ancient Egypt, and he was given an amulet, which he gave to his wife, and she basically became the goddess Isis and fought crime together with him. Because apparently back in the day, Black Adam was a good guy. And then there's Osiris, who apparently received his powers from Black Adam.
okay, stop. Let's just stop. I cannot. What? No. Wait a minute. Osiris and Isis were married.
No, Black Adam.
That hurts my brain.
No.
That hurts my brain.
No, Isis was married to Black Adam, and Black
No.
Adam gave Osiris
No.
his powers.
I don't give a fuck what these idiots are saying, okay?
It's comic book.
Over 2,000 years, over. God, maybe more like 8,000 years of African history or some more than likely white dudes. Are you hungry?
No, that's just something digesting.
Okay. We had some cheeseburgers earlier that were so good.
You had a cheeseburger. I had an Asian chicken sandwich, essentially.
Oh, okay. Well, my cheeseburger, even though there was a lot of spicy on it that we had to scrape off.
I'm still sorry about that.
Oh God, my whole lower part of my face was on fire. Okay.
Last time I had it, it was good and it wasn't spicy.
You can't tell when things are spicy
Yes,
half
I
the
can.
time.
I
No,
can,
you
but-
cannot. I took one bite and I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. It's good. It was really good, but I was gonna die.
Another villain, Ibis the Invincible, was given the Ibis stick by Thoth, which is an artifact of great power.
When white people go awry.
The Bana, B-A-N-A, are a sect of Amazonians that left the Mascara and founded a city in Egypt. And then there's the Scarab, which is like an offshoot of the beetle.
The kids eat a spicy chip called Takis.
Takis. Takis are good.
And I can't do it.
I love Takis. Takis are great. I enjoy the spice of Takis.
They're good, but their death is what that is. It's good, but I can't do spicy. And I live in New Orleans, so that makes all the sense. It just
Can't do seafood, can't do shellfish, can't do mushrooms, can't do spice. Wow, you picked the best city in the world for it.
I'm in the
She
right
could have
place.
done better.
I
She
could-
or she could have done worse, I should say.
I
She
could
could have
walk
moved.
in. I could walk into a restaurant and conceivably die.
It's better than going to Japan, alternatively, where it's just seafood and spice everywhere. Same with Korea.
Yes, but Japan. Oh my god. Oh my god. We get once a month. We get the baksu boxes, and it's a treat for ourselves. You know, a thing we can do as a family. So good. Oh my god, so good. It is so good. Also, potentially lethal. Like very dangerous.
Yeah, I remember the one time that I messed up and we had to give you Benadryl. The
Yeah.
one time I messed up.
Yeah, and
Every time I was
Benadryl.
like,
Benadryl knocks me out. Like I'm just.
yeah. Now I know that if it's got bento in the name, or not bento, konbu in the name, or seaweed flakes, whatever the name for that is.
I can't do shellfish either. Just being here. Yeah, I don't even. I have an immediate reaction to the smell of seafood and whatnot now because I guess I have connected that with
Anaphylaxis.
death. So, yeah, man, we're gonna have to get me a new blush.
I love you.
Benadryl in stock at your house? Yes. Yeah, we have
Big
like
old bottle.
we have like 3 or 4 things of Benadryl.
Yeah, liquid.
Just
and
in
capsule.
case. Yeah, just in case. And I usually carry a small bottle in my purse. You never know. You never know. EpiPens are so expensive now.
That and you really have to like jab them into your leg with like at least 15 pounds of pressure and push down on the pen with 20.
Yeah, it's. And then you still have to go to the hospital afterward.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we're really careful. Really careful. We really watch it because we can't afford EpiPens and all that. I do have health insurance, but you know, yeah, the ER always fun when you go into the ER and they're like, "Why are you here?" And you're like,
Okay, just take a seat. We'll be with you in about 30 minutes. Turns into an hour and a half.
I will be dead. I would rather not. Thank you very much.
He didn't die. He's allergic. He was allergic to bee stings.
Wow.
So he got stung by a bee. Went in like I got stung by a bee, and like things are swelling up and bullshit. They left after an hour and a half because they never called him back.
They're supposed to take you when you have an allergy like that. They're supposed to take you immediately. That time, I had a friend. This is a toxic friend. Give me a dumpling. She knew I loved dumplings.
Crab rangoon.
And didn't tell me that there was crab in it. She thought I was just joking. And she was going to, play a joke. And my throat, I'm eating it. It was yummy. Throat, it started closing up. And I went, what the hell? And I grab a couple Benadryl. And that was my last EpiPen. And then she tells me later, "Oh, I was just joking. I thought you were joking. I didn't think you were serious." Bitch, what the fuck?
You could have killed me.
I was like, "Bitch, what makes you think I was joking? Why do you think in your mind that I was joking?" And I was like, right. I was like, well, here's the bill for the ER, the EpiPen, the Benadryl, the time I had, the 2 or 3 days I had to take off of work. You need to pay me. I don't even. I do know that I was not friends with her. I think maybe a month or 2 after that, I was like, I just done. I can't. If she won't take things like that seriously, then I'm done with her. That could have killed me. So I don't even know.
Unlike her, you don't do things to get attention.
Yeah, right. That is true. I don't even understand. When somebody says they have allergies, well, I mean, this is pointed downward.
Right, but the mic isn't directional like that.
Yeah, come to find find out that wasn't the first time she'd done things like that. She just would disregard what people said, like if boundaries and limitations weren't a thing with her. I was like, damn, dude, that is messed up. Maybe someone just doesn't like seafood, but they have every right not to like it, and you don't have any right to try to force it on somebody. Um, but yeah, I don't know. We need to find some more people in the pagan world to come on here and talk about pagan stuff or something. Maybe, hmm, let me see. Because there's a huge pagan world out there. Um, we got a new subscriber. Another new one? Wait, what? Hold on. Pause for one moment. 96. Woo! That is awesome sauce. Thank you to every single person who has subscribed. Wasn't there was like a pagan magazine or something? Hey, let them know if they want to come on and talk. They don't have to like have their face on here. They can use like an avatar, or they can just, be on screen, whatever.
We can just have them chime in and feed the audio through.
Yeah, however they want to do it, however, whatever makes them comfortable is,
So gods as superheroes: Thor, obviously, Loki, Hela, Odin, blah 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 blah. Hercules is in comic books. He's got his own series. Wonder Woman. For some reason, they asked Superman on here, although I don't know what god he's a descendant of.
He was from a different planet. He wasn't. And Wonder Woman.
Oh.
That how Wonder Woman came about was not. That's complicated.
Well, we're not talking about like her comic book origins, but like her origins, like from different kinds of comic books. And I think I know why Superman. I know why Wonder Woman's on here, but I know specifically why they put Batman and Superman on here because they're both on this list. So Batman for two reasons: because he took the Mobius share and essentially became the god of knowledge, and then there was one comic series where Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman went to like an alternate reality and they became gods in that reality.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of makes sense to a degree, but.
There's all the new gods, like Orion and all that good stuff.
Right on.
Raven, she essentially becomes a god.
I was She-Ra for Halloween, like for like 4 years as a little kid. I remember She-Ra. I kind of loved that cartoon because, she was strong and doing her own thing. And that was good to see back then. God, that was so long ago. So I got a whole different lifetime. Let's see, there are a bunch of magazines. Let's see. A lot of them are kind of Wicca based. I wanted something that was more like, not just Wicca. Because there are so many paths out there. See, this is the Wild Hunt Sustainer Circle. I don't know what that. They have an article about runes.
I'm reading from Google. Or if you ask me where I get all the information of like when Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman all became gods in a separate universe, I think I got that from the Comic Story and YouTube channel.
Oh, right.
Or Rob. There's Thane, the son of Thanos, from like Marvel. Wonder Woman, daughter of Zeus. Ares, son of Zeus and Hera. He's a villain. Raven, daughter of Trigon. Loki, adopted son of Odin. Thor, the real son of Odin. Darkseid, son of Zonzu. Which is interesting, because Darkseid, his powers are multi-universal.
Mm.
So if his avatar in one universe dies, there's always a chance that another avatar from another universe will come into that
Interesting. So he never really dies.
one.
Kind of. Sort of.
Yeah. Or was it that the primary force which exists on an extra planar level recreates the avatar?
Mm.
Something like that.
Oh, wow. So apparently in Scotland,
The Scottish Pagan Federation.
a new tartan? That's kind of
Nice.
interesting.
Hellboy.
So it looks like paganism is coming back in Scotland.
Hell yeah.
Right on.
Shit, man.
It's coming back everywhere, really.
Hellboy, son of Azael.
Mm.
Lady Death. Daughter of God.
How is what?
Lady Death. Okay, so when they say God, in this sense, they don't mean Christian God. They mean the one above all,
Oh,
comic book God,
okay. Alright.
who created the multiverse.
A new tartan. A tartan is like if you've seen a kilt, a Scottish kilt. The material they use is called a tartan, and each family or clan has their own tartan, and it's kind of, and some individuals actually might have a version of a tartan. So it's kind of, I'm like, okay, so I'm a mutt. I'm an American mutt. I am Scots Irish, and I'm Cherokee Ukrainian Cossack. All people who are not very forgiving and will hold a grudge generationally. So, in the Scots Irish side, there was a lot of marriage back and forth, Scottish and Irish. And the Scottish side, the tartan was like a very serious thing. Like you didn't.
What are your clan colors?
Yeah. And so my tartan, actually, I have a kilt somewhere that someone threw into the washer and then the dryer.
You don't wash or dry the kilt
Oh,
by machine.
Lord. Still makes me hurt.
And you don't wear nothing underneath it.
So it shrank in a really weird way. And
it wouldn't even fit the V one no more.
No, I have to get a new one at some point or make one. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of like a family crest, sort of, because the plaid, plaid shirts are kind of based on tartan material. So it has that grid work kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. God. And I don't like the kilts that are shorter. I like them longer.
Or like past halfway between, like half on the shin, halfway on the shin length,
like
or are you talking about
below
just
knee.
Below the knee?
Well, no, I like it
calf, halfway.
Calf length.
Yeah, halfway through the shin. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make one. I'm gonna have to bust out the sewing machine and figure it out. But yeah, which is a process. So I'm gonna have to find a seller who sells the tartan material of my family, and it has to. There are variations, so I have to make sure it's the right one, because if you don't have the right one, there can be a brawl. I don't feel like being in a brawl with a bunch of crazy Scottish people. It's just, I'm not that brave.
What do you call the daughter of Satan? Satana.
They couldn't have been more inventive. Or, I don't know, imaginative.
Apparently not. And there's a Ryan.
You're mostly Irish and percentage nerd. I get you. Yeah.
Speaking of mutts, I'm a mutt as well.
Yeah.
Like, mostly from my mother's side of the family, we get the Anglo-Saxon, but there are tidbits of Native American in there. You can tell that looking at my great-grandfather, rest his soul.
And you're oh, you mean on your...
On my mother's side, yeah.
Right. And then
my dad is half German, half Peruvian. And according to my grandmother, her grandmother, so my great great grandmother, was this is her word. It is a term of endearment where she comes from. Was mulatto, black Hispanic. So I think when I did the math, at the very least, I was 1.275% black.
Mm,
At the
well,
very least.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we're lucky that we can trace back the ancestry, especially the Cherokee side. That's one of my uncles, like, traced back the Cherokee side, and it was, um, it's not always easy to prove that. And then with all these genetic testing sites now, it can be really like it doesn't show up like, you know, if you're part indigenous a lot of the time.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, both my great grandfather and my great grandmother passed before I could ask them any more in depth, or before I was aware enough to ask any more in depth as to my lineage on to the Native American sides. But apparently, I'm like seven different clans, tribes. What would you call it?
Cultures.
Cultures.
I
Thank
use
you.
cultures for indigenous cultures.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know there was one DNA testing thing that was actually um, getting better with the American indigenous part, um, which would be good. I don't remember which one though. I'll have to ask around and see because I'm curious. Because look at me, I look about as white as a white person can get. I am the whitey white person. I'm so pale, but I'm actually part indigenous. And a lot of indigenous people have like blondish hair, maybe blue eyes, but they're card carrying members and they're, members of that culture. But I have ancestry, but nothing as far as that shows up. Hmm. Yes, but Shelley? Yes. My family always said you can be that and have red hair. Yes. A lot of well, it's, colonization, but a lot of people who are like half indigenous, half white or European have reddish hair. It's just it's just something about how that mixing goes. They come up with red hair, which is really interesting. Um, see, I'm trying to find a magazine that goes into the different paths, but Promethea. How
So with Hermes.
that would be Hermes Trismegistus, right? Are they confused? I'm confused.
Apparently, they're combining Thoth and Hermes into one deity.
Right. Well, that would be Hermes Trismegistus. That's what that was. It was like three deities, like who were all connected.
Right. Yes, I remember
Right.
now.
People don't believe most of the time. Also, the records for reservations are difficult to read. Well, I mean, yeah, for us, you can go back to the rolls, and that's how my uncle was able to trace things back, and through other documents. But a lot was lost because um, when the federal government decided to take children from families and put them in like orphanages and adopt them off to white people, they didn't always keep track of those children's like their families' names and all of that. So you have people out here who don't know that their grandfather was taken from his family and sent off to this white family. There's a lot that's been lost. So hopefully things will get better with the genetic testing to reconnect people to their cultures. That would be cool.
I have a problem with that. Spectre is DC's spirit of vengeance of the Judeo-Christian God. That's what I hate about these news article companies, because the comics themselves have said that the one above all is not the Judeo-Christian God.
Well,
And the Spectre is the vengeance of the one above all. He's multidimensional.
Yeah, so yeah, it would be really nice to see these genetic testing places take the indigenous side of things more seriously. So, like we just got lucky. My grandmother was Cherokee, so we kind of had an understanding of her family lineage and how to figure it all out. But yeah, I was looking at a lot of these language learning things that you have online now, and I'm like, I want to learn how to speak fluent Cherokee. I want to bring that back into the family. And what was that, Duolingo?
Duolingo?
I think they have Navajo on there, but they don't have, like, there are so many different cultures.
They have Klingon.
They have Klingon, but they don't have Cherokee.
They have High Elven from the
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
But they don't have Cherokee.
But they don't have Cherokee.
Or, Hopi or Aglala, or, I mean, I can just go on. There are so many. And that could actually be a really useful tool to reconnect people with their cultures.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole blood quantum thing needs to go the way of the dinosaur.
Blood quantum.
Yeah, you're judged. Like if you want to, if you want to become a card-carrying member of a culture, you have to have a blood quantum level of a certain
blood content
level, and that's bullshit.
Yes. 1/4 is the requirement needed. I don't qualify.
Different cultures have different qualifications, and a lot of that is dictated by the federal government. So yeah, that's why, because they don't want the indigenous cultures to have too much power. That's why they want to be able to take all the land away and resources away from indigenous people.
Companies.
Huh?
And give it to oil companies.
Right. But what I was saying was, and take everything away from indigenous people and leave them nothing left. So, and I can go on for years about that particular subject. Okay, I'm trying to.
I have a question.
Huh?
Who is the Americanized Whiskey Jack?
I don't know.
Isn't that Navajo, I want to say?
I'm not Navajo, so I don't know as much about that. I don't know. I'm trying to see. I'm not finding what I'm looking for. I might have to research on this. I've been researching deeply for the true crime that's coming up, all the videos and whatnot, but International Journal of Pagan Studies. Really? Wait a minute. I want to know about this.
Yeah.
What is this? That's interesting. Oh my God. There is a lot here. International Pomegranate is the first international peer-reviewed journal of pagan studies. Provides a forum for papers, essays, symposia on both ancient and contemporary pagan religious practices. What? Okay, wait. That looks pretty interesting. So they have Wicca, modern goddess religions, as well as emphasizing continuity with a polytheistic past, so Asatru, other forms of reconstructionist paganism. That is interesting. Huh. I'm going to dive deep on that one. That looks really cool. Your ancestors may not be what you think they were. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I had someone ask me if I was a Cherokee princess, to which I was like, I needed extra hands to do like a multiple face palm. Indigenous cultures, to my knowledge, I don't think, I mean, with the Inca and the Maya, they had a hierarchical, like, kind of a king.
Inca, Maya, and Aztec.
Yeah, and whatnot. But for like Cherokee and all of them, there's no Cherokee princess or prince. There's no Cherokee king or queen. That's not. Mm-mm. No, no.
It was just the Americanized name for the daughters of the chieftain, I guess.
The founding fathers actually got a lot of their inspiration for the American government from indigenous American people. And that's how they realized that they didn't have to have a monarch. When they saw indigenous cultures, they were like, oh, wait, we don't have to have a king. Yeah, we can have leaders. We can have a chief, commander in chief. Where do you think that comes from? Congress and Senate. But they didn't take it a step further, and they didn't have the Council of Women. They didn't have the Council of Elders. They didn't. There's a lot they did not do that they should have done, really.
Because it's all about the white man.
Yeah, right. God, there's a lot here. Oh, Lord. I'm going to have to look through this because there's a lot here. And you have to have a password. Damn it. I'm going to have to see how to, wait, what is this all religion? I'm curious about that. I don't know if it'll let me look at it, but huh, this is really interesting. I'm really interested in the medicine man of different tribes. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I know. I mean, in my culture, we typically just refer to that person as a beloved person, but a beloved person can also be someone who, you know, has fought for, to keep someone safe and won or died trying. There are beloved women. There, it's it's a person who really goes out of their way to help the community. And a lot of the time, medicine, like healers, are considered beloved people. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think of. Well, there you go. All right. What the?
Christian Life International.
They did not think that out, did they?
Nope.
That is funny. I mean, if they want to worship the clit, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, the healers are typically the ones who keep the spiritual path kind of alive and, teach people and whatnot too, and all of that. Sometimes people just do not think things through. Well, apparently there is a Slavic native faith resurgence, and they're looking at things from a pre-Christian perspective. There's a lot of that over in Europe going on right now, and not in a racist way. It's just people reclaiming their ancestral heritage.
Kind of like me with doing the whole Saturday thing, because my last name, Kalbacher, means cool brook or cold waters in German, which is implied Norse ancestry. Where did your family come from? Oh, from the cold waters of the north. Oh, you're a cold water then.
Doing the whole what thing?
reconstructing their religion from
Yeah,
trying to take the Christianity out of it.
yeah, Reconstructionism is, like Druids, people who follow the Druidic path are trying to figure out, well, that would be pre-Roman, really, because the Romans kind of tried to wipe out the Druids. So,
The Gaels and the Geats.
yeah, they're, so, people trying to figure out and reconstruct the Druidic path. There's a lot of that going on in Europe. Speaking of Druid fellowship, Celtic paganism, neo-paganism, Celtic,
Polytheism, Celtic
Druid.
Reconstructionism, Druidism, Druidry, Gaelic Reconstruction.
And then Egyptian, Kemetic, right, Atonism,
Neo-Atonism, Kemeticism, Kemetic Reconstructionism, Egyptian paganism, Neo-paganism, Heterism, Etiarism.
wow, there's IE. It looks like there is a lot of European Estonian. Okay, wow. That's interesting. Slavic, Lithuania, Finnish. Wow, I had no idea. Russia, Estonians, and Finns.
Oh, wow, true. Like the Varnord Vanir.
Mm.
The Celts.
Yeah, and there are. I met a woman not that long ago who moved here from Italy, before the plague, because she was coming out in Rome, or in Italy. I don't remember where in Italy, with like Roman witchcraft and the old Roman pantheon. And she had people like discriminating against her because of that. And she basically denounced Catholicism. She just wasn't into Christianity anymore. Huh?
Catholicism.
Yes. And she was having problems. So she came here instead. Check. Well, that would have kind of died out because of the Russians, probably. Maybe they'll make a comeback. Who knows?
Adonism. I hear it and I think Adonis.
Yeah, it's probably not the same thing, though.
No, probably not.
Wow.
Jewish pagan?
That would probably be Kabbalistic, maybe.
Oh, yeah, the Kabbalah. Yeah.
I'm not Jewish, so I don't feel comfortable answering that question, but Greco-Roman, Egyptian. Yeah, because those three kind of merged at one point during the Ptolemaic. There's a lot. There is a lot. So I might, start picking one and start talking about it. Now, I have to be careful though, because if I talk about ancient Egypt, I can sit here for weeks talking about that. So, because it's complicated and it's really difficult to. If you want to talk about the Ankh, we can literally sit here for weeks talking about the Ankh.
Just
the Ankh.
Just the Ankh.
Because,
just the generalized key to life and its multitude of meanings.
Well, it has more. It's just a lot. It is a lot. It is the sacred water, but it goes deeper than that. So nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I don't know.
But we need to eat. We need to sleep. Everybody needs to go to work.
But yeah, there are a lot of misconceptions about ancient Egypt as well, and I hate the whole Europeanese, blah, 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 Eurocentric, like trying to Europeanize ancient Egypt. That ticks me off to no end. That is some bullshit. That needs to stop.
Whitewashing.
No.
Let's not and say we never attempted.
Exactly. Exactly. Especially like when people try to place like modern perspectives on ancient Egyptians,
Which is counterintuitive,
like they have their own perspective.
like what the Christians did whenever like rewriting the Bible over and over and over and over and over and over and over
And
and
then
over.
changing things and editing things and whatnot. Yeah.
Like man shall not lay with man was originally man shall not lay with boy.
I think one of the best ways I learned more about, I guess you could say, Christianity in a way was when I talked to a Jewish rabbi about the Old Testament. I was like, I'm trying to kind of sort of understand this better. Why don't I go to the source, go to Jewish people and talk to them about the Old Testament instead of listening to Christians talk about it? Let's talk about with the people who like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Too much cherry picking.
Sometimes I kind of wish I could go back and live in ancient Egypt. Not gonna lie.
This is
like,
very far from where I would be.
well, I mean, as a woman, you could own property, have your own businesses, like, and
Everything that the Norse women had to.
depending on the time frame and the dynasty you're in, you know, in many of the earlier time frames, it wasn't looked down on if a woman had a male lover off on the side. It was like, if the husband's fine with it and whoever else is fine with it, then it's fine. Premarital sex wasn't looked down on. Things were different and better.
I'm digesting.
I know, I can hear it. I don't know. I didn't grow up that way. You didn't grow up what way?
No, then you just described about the old times. Premarital sex and all that good stuff. All that good stuff, because that was good stuff. Premarital sex is good. I don't know why people are like, make sure you're of age, but premarital sex is good.
Well, I mean, I wasn't raised with Christianity. So, my grandfather encouraged me to figure it out for myself, what I wanted to be in for. I read the Bible for myself and still do, so that's why I left the church. Yeah, I read the Bible. I mean, I was a voracious reader. So I had read the Bible several times and different versions of it, right? Because I'm like, there's all these different versions. And then you got the Gnostic Gospels and all these other things. So I read everything I could. And then I was like, yeah, but if I really want to understand the Old Testament, then I need to go to a bunch of Jewish people. What books do they are sacred to them? The Old Testament. Let's go back to the source, right? Learned a lot from that. And when I asked them about Christianity and what they thought, they were mystified, just as mystified as I was. So I was like, okay, I'm in the right spot.
Essentially, they're cherry pickers. They don't know. That's weird.
It was more like, come on, do you want a bagel? It's easier to understand eating a bagel. No offense to Christians, but like if you're an outsider looking in, it's very mystifying. I'm just saying.
No offense, full offense.
I mean, we may have Christian viewers, and I'm not trying to belittle anyone, but I still don't understand the whole. What was it? Drinking the blood and eating the body of Christ. That just sounds wrong to me. It makes my stomach churn. It's just a thing. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. It's what?
Spread the mayo.
No. Yeah.
I'm bad. I'm very bad.
Oh my God.
I saw that once and
I
it
did
stuck
too.
with me.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe because I kind of view it as I grew up free, so I didn't have all that like guilt placed on things that I've seen other Christians have to deal with, like sexuality or their bodies or sex or whatever. I didn't have any of that. So I was like, I didn't, as a woman, like there's a lot of guilt placed on women for being women because Eve or whatever abstract thing. I had Ma'at. So I kind of view the world from a sort of different perspective from other women sometimes. Like, I'm like, you don't have to put up with shit. You don't have to put up with abuse.
I just got tired of it. I got tired of having bad things happen to me, but I was doing my best to be a good person and not doing anything wrong
Right,
or
right.
bad.
Well, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. My parents said they wanted me to decide. Yeah, my grandpa was, I was bonded to him as a child. And, his advice was, can you?
Yep, I got it.
His advice was to check everything out and question everything and make my own decisions. But he had the whole rule about cults, right? So there were like, I had kind of guide stones, if you will. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So I think at some point this week, I'm going to look into it. I'm going to try to figure out. I mean, I know people who are in different spiritual paths, but many of them don't want to, like it may be kind of dangerous for them for their job or whatever, because we're still discriminated against. I've actually lost one job because I was pagan. That still happens. So, I don't want anyone to have to deal with any kind of real life problems from coming on here, is what I'm saying.
I don't think I've ever had that problem. Lost a job because of my religion.
I think that's why when something would come up.
That was BS, I would say something.
Yeah, that might be. I'm the same way. Like that one job, this guy was basically saying that I shouldn't be saying or doing something. I don't even remember what at this point. And I was like, why? And he was like, because you're a woman and this is da 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 da. And I was like, no, we're not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be doing that. And you are definitely not going to be doing that. And God.
She's like a puppy.
Yeah, it's so cute. She's so cute, man.
She's adorable.
I don't know what her puppy's doing, but he's doing something.
Why?
You actually had a preacher close his eyes at you when you were calling him out? What? He closed his eyes? Like, what does that even... What is...
Ignoring.
How fucking rude.
Remember whenever we were walking down Canal Street, me, you, and the eldest?
Mm-hmm.
And there was that one dude who was preaching, and then he stopped for a second, and I took my opportunity. Praise be to Odin, Slayer of the Giants, all Father.
Yeah.
His reign lasts until Ragnarok. I love that. That was fun.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, I like that one. Oh Lord, that one street preacher here in New Orleans during festivals and stuff, on bourbon especially.
Doesn't even have to be during festivals. It's just random.
They will come out in droves and they will like set up with all their people and the bullhorns and the signs and
the
all this
giant
and that.
cross.
And, you know, you know, and what gets me is there was a Bible passage that said something to the effect of, it is better that you should go into your bedroom, get on your knees and pray, than to go out on the street corner and proselytize. And yet these people they'll go out, wherever, and, people are trying to get to work or get home after work, or, just trying to have a good time or whatever. And these people have to get out there and be like, oh, you're sinful and evil and this and that and whatever. And it's just, and I don't know why, but a lot of the time they'll single me out. And I'm like, I'm exactly either the wrong one or the right one, depending on, who it is. And this one time, there are many times, I have many stories of these idiots, but they were right outside in between. There were two gay bars right across the street from each other on Bourbon. And this one guy's out there and he's like gay bashing. And it kind of looked like there was about to be a riot. The things he was saying was pretty horrible. And then he starts on me, and I was like, dude, I will give you a nervous breakdown if you don't leave me alone. Like, I will point out some very serious, very real problems with your Bible. Just leave me alone. That was, I should do a stream about that whole thing.
One time, best friend and I went to Bourbon Street, and we were doing something. I don't remember. We were hanging out in one of the bars or whatever. Just bullshit. And middle of the day, out there on the corner, because we're on one of the corner bars, there was a guy with a big old cross behind them, and then with the blowhorn phone thing going on and on and on. Josh walks up to him and starts talking to him. And I'm like, oh no, man. This is by the time that I really got into the whole faith thing and finding ways of like reciting the scriptures of their faith back to them in a way to make them question and think.
Yeah, she's so cute. It's one thing I can say about New Orleans houses. I'm so glad that these windows are so huge. Like this window you see over here is the small one. This one over here is, Lord, I don't even know how tall that thing is. It's huge. So when I open this, it just sucks all of the air. Like it just goes whoosh. It's amazing.
So I walked up to the guy, knowing full well that in a minute I would follow and start the conversation, pointing out all of what he was saying and how it was wrong according to his own scriptures.
Right, but I mean, I think I know the guy you're talking about, and that's a cult that he's in, and they're programmed to think that if you refute what they're saying based on the Bible, you're actually just evil. So you can't actually change their mind.
We're talking about the dude who had all the tattoos lasered off?
Yeah.
Who had the star on his chin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep, he's in a cult.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're programmed to think that anyone who uses the Bible to refute their claims is actually of the devil, which kind of makes no sense because the Bible is their sacred scripture. I don't understand that, but yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but it's a cult that he's in. So you can't actually. That's going to be one of those things where he has to come to the truth himself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what I was trying to get him to think.
Yeah, he's not going to. That dude's been doing that for years. And that might be the dude that got arrested over what he did. God, that was a dumbass move.
He was one of those born again guys.
Dumbass move. It's a really bad idea to grab the arm of a cop and try to manhandle them to proselytize to them because you will get your ass arrested. See, what I think is that God loves everyone and everyone is the same. I get really disappointed when people who say they believe do the opposite. Yeah. So I think that's why I differentiate. I view it as there are people who say they're Christian, but they're not actually Christian. And then there are real Christians. Real Christians, the real Christians I know don't judge. They don't judge. They don't, and they typically don't proselytize. Mommy! Baby. You know, they don't try to force their religion or will on anyone else. I love you, boo boo. Yeah, that's just kind of how I view it. So when I'm talking about, you know, people who are doing these things, these negative things, and say they're Christian, I don't know. I think that the current, like some of the groups of modern Christians have kind of subverted the message of Christ, right? If you get what I'm saying. I don't know if that's like purposefully done or what, but like nowhere in the Bible does it say that abortion should be illegal from what I read. You know, things like that. Like, I don't know, all the real Christians I know would say it's not my business, you know. So but yeah, so I'm thinking next week I'm just gonna pick another path that's not mine or Marcus's and like read up on it and try to talk about it. I'd really like to have people on here speak for themselves, but that might be kind of hard right now. Yeah. That and the whole you know, homosexuality thing and LGBTQ rights and yada yada, like I don't know, a lot of the Christians I know are more worried about making sure people have food and trying to help homeless people, and like you're doing a lot of good positive things for the community, which is the path of Jesus from what I can tell. That is exactly what he would have been all about, you know. So like President Carter is still out there. He's like what, 90 something? He's still out there building houses for people. That's amazing. That's a real Christian. I think that is all kinds of love and light and just beautiful. No, you didn't make anything uncomfortable. I'm all about, you know, having conversations about things. That's why I'm here. Although I am going to have to get off soon and run to the little girl's room. Hold on. Let me go grab Marcus and have him come up here. Yeah. Window, do your magic. I will be right back. Marcus will be up with you in just a second. I'll be right back. Hey, how you doing? I'll be right back. 1 second. Hey, Marcus.
Come on, baby. Sit in the big chair. Sit in the big chair. Say hi to everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Can you tell everybody your name?
Everybody.
What's your name?
Athena.
Athena? Like the goddess?
No?
Yeah, like the goddess.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm not the goddess.
You're named after one.
No!
Hey, don't yell. Inside voice. Let's pause this for a second. I'm gonna say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Do you know who Athena the goddess is?
In the house.
Yes, Athena's in the house. That's right. No, come here. Let me tell you about your namesake. So Athena is a Greek goddess. She is a war goddess. She's very smart. So she is actually a goddess of battle tactics as well as beauty.
And God is in his house.
Yes, the goddess is in this house.
And shirt.
A shirt.
Like a goddess.
A shirt is not a goddess. Athena is a goddess, and you're named after Athena because you share her name.
But I'm a doctor.
You're not a doctor. If you want to be a doctor when you grow up, we can try and make that happen though.
I'm a doctor.
Okay, you can be a doctor.
Look, there's bubbles.
There's bubbles.
I can't blow my bubble.
And we don't have the bubble wand right now.
Bubble wand?
Maybe you can ask Honey and Granny tomorrow.
Okay.
No. Let's not watch that right now. We're talking to everybody over here. So you say hi, Leanne?
Hi, Ian.
And hi to Planet Mula.
Hi, Bula.
Oh, they want to know how old you are. How old are you?
How do you?
How old are you?
How do you?
Athena, you are 3. You're 3.
But I'm Sina.
That's right. And you are 3 years old.
No.
Yes, you are.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Can I watch Dora?
Not right now. We'll wait till Mommy gets back and then you can watch Dora, okay?
Yay! Oh,
You say hi to everybody?
hi, everybody.
Hey, come back up here. What's your favorite TV show? What's your favorite show to watch?
Kenna!
I know. Hey, let's not be so loud. I know your favorite show is on the Kindle, but what's your favorite show on the Kindle to watch? What do you like to watch on the Kindle?
Dora!
Dora?
Yes,
Okay.
and Boots.
Dora and Boots. Hey, not so loud. You can talk.
And Mommy.
And Mommy? Mommy's not on there. Mommy's not on the Kindle.
And Daddy.
Not so loud. You have to be quiet, remember? You
Yes.
don't want to hurt people's ears.
People's ears.
Yeah, we don't want to hurt people's ears, so we have to talk low. Swiper, no swiping? You say swiper, no swiping? Okay, that's enough. Thank you. This way. Is that you?
Yes, it's.
Yeah.
No, it's Daddy.
Yeah, that's Daddy and Athena.
You Casina.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite toy?
Canoe.
Kindle's your favorite toy?
Yes,
What about Puppy?
Bubby's my favorite toy to play.
You like to play with Puppy?
Yes, and hug Puppy, and he fell off.
Mm-hmm.
And Puppy about to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. And you're about to go to sleep too, because it's almost 11.
No,
Yes.
no,
Hey, not so loud. And sit down in the chair.
No.
Athena,
No.
you need to stop saying no. Puppy's name is Puppy.
Puppy.
Careful. You got hair on your tongue? You getting tired?
No.
You sure?
No.
You're not tired?
No.
What's your favorite color?
Pink.
Pink's your favorite color?
Yes.
Yes, Athena's our new host.
Yes.
What do you want to do on the Athena show?
Make it.
You can't just watch your Kindle on the Athena show.
Without Dora.
You want to watch Dora?
Yes.
Okay, you can watch Dora later. What do you want to do on the Athena show?
What's Dora?
You can watch Dora whenever the Athena show is over. What game do you want to play with everybody?
Tag.
Tag?
Yes.
Okay. Tag, you're it.
Time to tag you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tag, you're it. Not so loud. There's Mommy. Come on.
Mommy.
I love you.
That's my journal.
Okay. Oh, okay, baby. I love you. Hi.
Say I love you, Mommy.
I love you, baby.
Say I love you.
Kiss, kiss. Mwah. Okay. Ow. Go night night. I know she's cute, right? So what happened with BX? What happened with BX Beast Boy? I saw that you said something kicked off with him or something. I'm not able to find. Baby girl is not happy. She's so tired. Jackie and Stacy are his mods. Okay, I haven't heard about this. Was this in just the past couple of days or something? Because there's going to be more things that come up with him. That's just, you know, abusers have a cyclical pattern, right? So, and he's not going to be an exception. He's just going to be standard tonight. Oh, okay. So you want to fill me in? I don't want to put any pressure on you, but while we're here, we might as well talk about it. If you get a chance, the channel Sunshiny. he probably had more, let me guess. I'm just going to guess right quick. He has more subs and or mods that he was rude and abusive toward and did inappropriate things, and he's probably being called out for it with several others. And instead of actually listening to what they're saying, he is probably disregarding what they are saying. I'm not going to look, I'm just guessing. He's probably disregarding what they're saying and saying they're just, coming for him. They're just being mean and malicious. And it's just this big conspiracy, and people are just trying to cancel him. And, he's the victim. That's, and they're probably saying that he was doing all these inappropriate things and disrespectful and whatnot. And, acted as if he owned his mods. Yep. It's that whole, you're either with me or against me. You're either friend or foe, and there's no in between. And any critiques or, hey, that's kind of problematic, is viewed as an attack instead of helpful. It can be helpful to get, feedback can be really helpful. I've had feedback from people. I mean, at this point, most of it's good. But if there's feedback in the future that's like, hey, these are things that need to be fixed, then I will listen. Because this channel isn't just about me. This community I'm trying to build isn't just about me. Jackie was his top mod. I can only imagine the shit she had to put up with to be his top mod. I can only imagine. Wow, there are 6 people here. Hi. How's everybody doing? Oh, right on. Thank you. Thank you for recommending it. Yeah, he's gonna, he just has that, he has that pattern, right, of he has that pattern of befriending people and then going for them, going after them. When and if they say or do something, he doesn't think in his mind is right. Like it has to be his way or it's no way. That's that whole black or white. Also, there are going to be 2 sets of rules. His rules and the rules everybody else has to abide by. Yada, yada. FFS. I've seen that before and I don't know what that means. Actually, is that for fuck's sake? Because there's a lot of that with BX. Like, I'm like, what? Nobody owes you. Not even your mods owe you. In fact, if my channel got big enough that I had mods, I would feel like I owe my mods because my mods would be helping me to keep my channel running, right? That's just, if you have mods, they're working for free. How do the mods owe you anything? They're working for free to help you. How? None of that makes any sense to me. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know, but there's a lot of that on YouTube. I'm seeing more and more content creators who just, it's like they think that they're like hot shit because they're content creators, and no, anyone can make videos. It's nobody's hot shit. Nobody. Yeah, I mean, especially if somebody has been hurt. Like Leanne, you know how I am. If somebody has been hurt or abused or what have you, and they need a safe space to come and talk, that's what I'm doing this for. You know, we got Elsa on here. Hey Walker, how you doing? You know, Elsa has never chatted on here. She's always on the streams, but she never chats because she can't right now. You know, and I'm putting on the blue eyeshadow. I may mix some other colors in there because, you know, but you know, she's in a domestic violence situation where she can't wear the red lipstick or the blue eyeshadow she likes or any of that. So we're living, we're facilitating that for her, kind of vicariously. Um, and that's what this space is for. You know, within my means, I will help. You know, or die trying. Um, and with BX, you're gonna see more people coming forward because a bunch of people already have. And that's kind of the thing with us humans. We feel safer if there's a group, if there, you know, if when victims of abuse see that there are other victims also and they're brave enough to come forward, it gives them that feeling that they can, they too can come forward. There is not just them alone, right? We fear being alone. I tried to explain that that was the environment you're creating here. Your spell check is messing with you hard. Yes, but I get what you're saying, and thank you for putting that out there. Um, yeah. So if anyone wants to chat about BX, you know, especially if you've been, you know, hurt in some way by him. I mean, he's gone after subscribers, members, mods, other content creators, friends, you know, whoever. So, oh, right, right. Yeah, every time I try to type quickly, it never ends well. But some of it's really funny though. Like I accidentally sent a text to a girlfriend of mine saying I was trying to say I'm gonna go grab a coffee, but I somehow said I'm gonna go grab a dildo. Not sure how that worked out, but it did. It became a thing. So yeah, so um what was it? Yeah, was it yesterday? Was it Leon? Was yesterday the one where I did the reboot of the BX live stream talking about the abuse that was going on? I think it was yesterday. Um, and I think it's titled that. But if you want to understand the abuse that is apparently happening, allegedly, from, you know, I watched, I don't know how many videos. Um, Hey Taylor, how you doing? There are 8 people here. Oh my God, no pressure. Um, no one asked for your opinion. No one asked for whose opinion, Taylor. And first off, you will not be telling someone else that they can't give their opinion here. That is not this stream. You're on the wrong stream if you're doing that to someone else in this stream. Anyone can relate their opinion. She can say whatever she wants to say on this stream. So can you, but you can't attack anyone else here. This is not a space of attacking or bullying. Okay? I actually don't allow bullying here. I know other people do, and that's their stream. That's fine. That's up to them. But you're not doing that here. Will you torture me if I pay? What? You might be on the wrong stream. I'm on the stream every day. Who are you? What are you talking about? This is my stream? Huh? We need to illuminate this stream. This is your stream. Taylor Beers. Oh boy. Get out. Get out? Get out who? Who are you telling to get out of this stream? Do you have an OnlyFans? Does who have an OnlyFans? Who are you talking to? What? Are pagans witches or something? Some pagans are witches, but not all pagans are witches. This is my stream. You're talking to me saying that this is your stream? I'm pretty sure I'm on my channel. I am on my channel doing my stream. I've been doing this for 2 or 3 weeks now. Not so good at trolling. Cool chair. Thank you. It's a comfy chair too. Leon, if they're trolls, don't even bother with them. If I had an OnlyFans, it would be like there would be books and I would be educating people. So, what's my opinion on women's suffrage? I mean, yes, fuck trolls. Women's suffrage was a really important movement that should have very much included and carried through on the rights of Black women, is what I think of women's suffrage, and also poor women and Indigenous women. It shouldn't have just been about white women. That's my thoughts on women's suffrage. If I had to guess, I'm thinking BX. Oh, poor BX. Is he butt hurt? Oh my goodness. Movement onto this dick. I guarantee you that your dick is not going to be interesting to me. I can guarantee that. But your wife's pussy might be. And I can also guarantee you that she would leave you for me. Sorry. Not sorry, actually. Oh, Lord. Guarantee you that I can do things that you could never even think of with a kitty cat. Yeah. Well, that sounds like you need to take that to someone else. I don't know why you brought that here. Are people's Oh my god. What how old are you? How old are you? Are you 12? Why'd you call me the N-word? I don't use the N-word. That's not a word I say. So if BX is sending his people here to troll me, I win. Ding, ding, ding. You've proved my point. You've proved my point. Thank you. And I may have to edit this to take this section and post it so that people can see what you do, because I'm just one more in a long line of people that you do this to. It's not just me. It's not just Mandy Pants. It's not just Radiant Brit. It's not just all these other people. Isn't it funny that this happens after how many live streams when I've been talking about BX? That's interesting. Okay. Because I'm a ginger. Well, apparently I also like to eat souls, so you better watch it. I hope you didn't say the N-word. I don't use the N-word. I don't know what... I don't use that kind of language because I'm part Cherokee and my brother is in fact part Black and he looks Black and I don't use that word. But y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know me. You're a new viewer and you're coming on here and you're saying things that You have a man's name, James Anderson, and you're saying that you want me to basically a sexual harassment. That is what you're doing right there. But you don't realize that. Hmm. Do you mean my husband who live streams with me on occasion? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. No, baby, it doesn't always work out that way. I know that you're like mentally the age of a 12-year-old. Mentally, you're the age of a 12-year-old. And obviously, you can't like put things together. A person can have the same, like one parent that is the same, like siblings can have one parent that is the same, but different other parents. Good Lord, the fact that I even have to explain that. When you say the word, what? Okay. I might need some popcorn. You didn't mean to offend me. You come onto a woman's channel, right? You come onto a woman's channel with a man's name. You could be a woman, I don't even know, but you could be. And you make statements that are sexual harassment when you're asking a woman to step on your bits without any, I don't fucking know you. I don't give a fuck about your cock. But you're a man, apparently, so that's fine. Wow. You're not. I've had better trolls on here like a week ago that were more interesting. You're not special because you're a woman. You're right. I'm not. And you're not special because you're a man or a woman or whatever either. Where have I ever said I was special because I'm a woman? I identify as female. Okay. Okay. I am trans friendly. That's fine. But don't come on my fucking channel asking stuff like that. I'm trying to create a safe space here for people. You just, what gave you the idea that that was appropriate behavior? Because I'm a woman. It's okay, right? You can identify as a female and behave with respect toward other females, other women. Guess what? I'm not a female. I'm a woman. You identify as female. Do you identify as female or as a woman? My uncle is a cop. You'll give him his name. Whose name? What? You're very defensive. I think you've misunderstood defensive with offended, but that's okay. There are dictionaries that can help you with that. I'm not really defensive. I'm more like unnerved. Not even unnerved, underwhelmed. And I feel like I need some popcorn. Just copy and pasted what? Who is triggered? What in the hell? Show your feet. I like your makeup. Thank you. Oh my God, this is your stream. We're obviously talking about you. You are dumb. Leanne, don't let them get you angry. This is that behavior that I was talking about. This is that behavior I was talking about. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. Who is BX Beast Boy? Okay. All right. Who's BX? BX is a person who is so sensitive that if anyone says anything about him that he doesn't like in any way, shape, or form, he will send people to their channel and their live streams and their chats to troll. She's just mad that Trump lost. If you're talking about me, I am happy that Trump lost. You got the wrong person. So BX will target people who say really much of anything about him purposefully because he's just that insecure. So I agree. But it's funny that I have never had this many people on here saying abusive things to me or to one of my longtime supporters in this chat before. Have you seen anything like this before, Leanne? And it's not even like clever trolling. That I could at least respect on some level. This is like, Lord. Yeah. Yeah, my chats are usually pretty chill, safe places. You know, everybody's pretty cool, really good conversation, really thoughtful, intelligent people. But this is exactly what was described by people who've been targeted by BX. So thank you for proving my point. Hacksaw, fuck you, first off. What makes someone do something like this? Insecurity. It is a deep-seated insecurity to the point of even the slightest little hint of a criticism or critique or anything, any kind of feedback is going to hit him in the feels so hard. It's like he's made of sand and he feels that sand crumbling, right? And he has to somehow lash out in any way he can. So here we go. Your mic is what? cheeks. I don't even know what that means. Leanne, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Well, okay, I'm not gonna. I don't want to body shame people with micro penises, right? That's not what I do. But if a man, a lot, it seems to me that a lot of the time, people like this, just in general, like men like this, emasculate themselves in their own minds. So, well, you could be polite about asking me to move closer to my mic. You could be nice about it. Your BF, just let it ride. Let them do what they do. They are proving my point. No, you're okay, Leanne. Don't worry about it. But it's that idea of, small penis syndrome, right? Like, a man feels like he has to prove himself, right? And they emasculate themselves and still, Hacksaw 11, you could be nice. Did you know that all caps translates to yelling at someone on the internet? Do you know that? We are just looking for people to fuck with. We have no idea who BX is, I promise you. Somehow I find that unbelievable though, because this kind of thing never happened until I started talking about BX. So therefore, Occam's razor, just saying. I don't know anyone in this chat has a penis, but I do know that there are some awfully insecure people in this chat. You don't have to have a penis to be insecure. That's why we are doing it with the all caps. Oh, okay. Did you know I care? I don't. Do I know what I'm saying? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. If it's more of a clitty than a peenie, that's fine. Don't care. Don't care. I get it. You don't know Occam's razor. I totally understand that you have no idea what Occam's razor is. Believe you me. I can see that. I can see the lack of intelligence and whatnot. I mean, that's what they say. They say they're trolling for the sake of trolling, but none of this ever happened before. So, smoking is against paganism. That is funny. You don't know pagans very well, my dude or dudess. But okay. So, Leanne, did you have any other questions about paganism, whatever? We're just going to ignore them, let them do what they do. You're just fucking with random streamers. You just fuck with random women streamers by saying incredibly sexist things and racist things on a stream that is for people who are survivors and victims of domestic violence and stalkers. That's what this stream is for. A safe place for people. For you also, if you are having a problem. Good job, dudes. Why not go fuck with Davi Vanity or Onision or any of these other scumbags that are out there and doing horrible things to people? Hmm. I mean, don't let this get to you, Leanne. It just proves my point. You're the racist one here, lady. Oh, that's interesting. Hmm. But you're wasting your own time. I'm proving my point. Trust me, my dude. You haven't caught on to what's happening yet, but we'll get there. You're a buffet of troll food. You're obviously new at this. Dances with squirrels. Wow, there are 12 people here. I mean, at least I'm getting some really good, like, numbers on this. But it's gonna be mighty interesting looking up all your names and looking at your histories of the shit you pull on YouTube with people. Gonna be really interesting. But you don't know BX. But then, so then when we actually make a video about this whole thing, that'll be really interesting. Oh, you'll see. Because you're entertaining, not you. You are just proving the point of how women are treated on the internet, my dude, or whatever. A simple question. I think you missed a portion of this chat where there were some rather sexist and inappropriate things said. And also I can go ahead and smoke if I want to. There's a window right here, an open window right there. And if you don't like it, you can leave. You're right, I'm not special. Neither are you. Nobody is special, really. It's fun to fuck with people. Okay? I mean, there are different ways to fuck with a person. Especially people who don't know how to work their stream. Well, I was doing perfectly fine, and I am doing perfectly fine. I'm letting y'all just run with it for a reason. Leanne gets it. She knows exactly what's going to happen. You didn't say anything racist or about women, and you don't know BX. Well, we'll see. Don't worry. We'll see. You did say things about women. You assumed that me as a woman, I would be interested in stepping on your junk and all this other shit. That is sexist. You may not realize that, but that is sexist, and that is just typical. It is typical. It is just standard. I hope you enjoy living in your mommy's basement banging away on that keyboard, which is the only thing you can bang away on. How? Wow. You apologized. Well, maybe think about things before you do them. No, it isn't enough. And I really don't care about your apology because you're going to do it to another person. Obviously. Going to do it to another woman. La-di-da. Whatever. I'm really not the one. But if you want to take it this way, okay. I'm sure you only last a few seconds. I would bet money on that. I mean, do you... Oh my God. This has turned into a really interesting stream. Oh, yeah. This. Leanne, these people have no idea. So just so y'all know, I'm an ex-sheriff's deputy, and I have friends who, people like you are fun to them. So I hope y'all don't have any skeletons in your closet, because the local police headquarters down the way, my friends will have fun with you, looking to see how you actually really treat people. It's not a threat, baby. That's a promise. You think I'm kidding? Okay, that's fine. You go right on ahead and you keep on thinking that. And I'll make videos about it. So thank you for the future videos. Usually you get banned in a few seconds. I'm sure you do. See, there's always a trail, though. Even on the internet, you may think there isn't a trail, that, people can't figure out IP addresses and all of that, even with whatever protections. Why didn't I just ban you? Because you're proving the point. Because other people who have been victims of BX are going to see this. They're going to see you showing your ass. And whatnot. And then, people will see how I'm not even worried. And then more than likely, other people are going to come forward. So good job, guys. Good job. That doesn't even make any kind of sense, but okay. Granada, well, whatever. You do know that doesn't really matter if you're in Granada. There was a stalker in Korea who was attacking a woman here in America, and man, he got jacked up. The Koreans went after his ass, okay? Like, he got like a life sentence in like one of the worst prisons. Like, doesn't matter if you're in another country, but you can go ahead and believe that if you're even in Granada, whatever. Really don't care. There can be in real life ramifications for being a dumbass. I don't know. At this point, I don't know. At this point, I don't know who is a troll and who is here because they're actually here for a good reason. So time will tell. We'll see. Well, that's interesting. If I had a nickel for every IP threat I've had, that's a very interesting thing to say. I mean, I feel like I need popcorn. I mean, it'd be really cool if the trolls would actually, I don't know, be more clever, more like inventive and interesting. I didn't say anything about a felony. I didn't say anything about a felony. I mean, from what I've seen, nothing that was done here was a felony. But you maybe might want to think about things you've done in the past. And do you want that aired out to the entire world? Now, I won't be the one doing that shit either, but, bringing yourself to the attention of people who I'm just saying. I had people on this who watch my live streams in the replay who might decide they may need to look into you. And I'm actually not kidding. I'm not flexing. Relax a bit and have some fun. Yeah, but there are people who have been trolled because of BX who've actually had some like mental health breakdowns and bad things happen, right? So, trolling may be fun to you, but maybe it's not fun to some of the people you target. I don't even understand why it's fun. It just sounds like a gigantic waste of time to me. But whatever. All right, so Leanne, you see what's happening here, right? You've been on this stream for just about every time I stream, you're on here, right? So my streams are usually pretty chill. People interacting, they're good, I think. You seem to think that as well. And we have other people that think that too. So things like this have not happened until I started pointing out the abusive behavior of BX Beast Boy. That abusive behavior is this right here, what you're seeing right here in the chat, right? So it's a weird anomaly that this didn't happen before, but now it's happening. These people say they don't know BX, but I've seen some of these names before, and they were in groups that were trolling other people who pointed out BX's bad behavior, but they don't know BX. All right, but I've seen their names. Is it a big, huge coinky dink? I tend not to believe in coincidence. That's just me. I'm not threatening anyone with a felony on the internet. I mean, I don't have a choice in who looks into who. If law enforcement or FBI want to look into someone, that's on them. But words do hurt people. That is bullshit. Words do hurt people. Whose names then? I don't know what that is in reference to. You Googled chat and filtered live. That could bring more people. Kieran, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. Kieran Palmer, what did I walk into? That's a good question. You walked into some bullshit. That does not normally happen here, by the way. Yeah, I mean, people are especially affected by people they have a strong emotional attachment to, sure, but people can be affected by strangers as well. You know, and a lot of the negative behavior on the internet can have real life effects on people, like mental health and whatnot. So, not everyone who trolls is from BX. How do you pick and choose which words to be hurt by? What? Oh, so you're assuring me now that you're not from BX, but this didn't happen until I started talking about BX. Okay. All right. Right on. Right on, dude. Awfully defensive of this BX guy that you don't know. That's kind of amazing. I have a lot of different heritage, most of which is not forgiving. We are not forgiving people. This is what you call a giant mindfuck. No, it's not a mindfuck to me at all. Don't let it be a mindfuck to you either. This is typical. It's not a mindfuck. It is boorish and kind of sad and childish and it's childish. It's 12-year-old. This is like the equivalent of, you know, it might as well be on the school playground, you know. It's not a mindfuck. I am underwhelmed. But I'll tell you, this blue looks really good though. So I hope that Elsa likes it. Someone blocked me because I can't see that mindfuck comment. I mean, there really wasn't a mindfuck comment. I'm kind of impervious to it, so I'm not sure what Leanne was referring to. I mean, this is all just... This is like low-level trolling. This is like... You think you're going to read a really good book, and it turns out it's a romance novel. That level. I guess maybe because I'm such a small channel, I just get the really sad trolls. Absolutely. Especially youth. Their whole world is online, and their peers, both friend and foe, have access to all their details. Oh, wow. Well then. I don't see anyone trolling you. Okay. Dances with Squirrels. I've seen your name around too, I do believe. Yeah, that is. Yeah, you're right, Leanne. Yep. And I guess they don't understand I'm impervious to that as well. That's just wrong person. And other people will see this too. So it's not, you know. So also, these are all your friends, James. Thank you for letting us know that. I mean, they can probably keep going forever, but really all they're doing is just giving me more to show. All they're doing is showing what happens. They're proving the point, but they're not smart enough to get it. So that's fine. You don't know who. You just said that they're your friends. You have never seen me or my friends' names around, and that's a fact. I would bet money on it. You just said that. Okay. All right, dude. All right, my dude. I know you don't get what you just said there, but okay. Don't ever talk to the police if you commit a crime. You're going to fuck yourself over. It looks that way. It So I've never had a group of people on here doing this sort of thing on my stream before until I started talking about BX Beast Boy. So I didn't say anything about doxing anyone. Mm-mm. And I never said anything about making anything a felony. I don't know where you're getting that from, Dances with Squirrels, but you're wrong. I'm like Trump. I'm not a Trump supporter, and I'm nothing like Trump. So, but okay. Well, he may not know BX personally, but you're not understanding what I was saying. I was saying that if you want to continue with this, I will come up with proof of how all of this is happening and look into it for myself and see. So if one person encouraged all y'all to come up in here and troll, okay. So you're a bunch of teens. Okay. Well, if you're a bunch of teens, then I can use this as an opportunity to say some things. So teens shouldn't have grown men calling them like at 2 or 3 at night, having them sing to them and telling them to get freaky with it and all this and that. That is extremely creepy and fucked up for a grown man to do with a 13-year-old little boy. I'm not saying that he's a predator, but it kind of looks bad. And then also singing like sexual kind of ish, like songs and shit to female women mods. That's really creepy. I trolled 2 times and I turned into a conversation. Where did it turn into a conversation? You trolled 2 times. 2 times you came at me with sexual shit that was not called for. And then you expected me to turn to a conversation with you randomly because you can come on this stream and just show your ass and be rude and sexually harass a woman. And then I'm supposed to turn it to a conversation to make you comfortable? No, baby, that's not how this world works. I don't. Okay, sorry, but I'll put my entire family's life on the fact that most people here don't know that pill company. What am I talking about? I'm talking about BX Beast Boy, which was what I was talking about when y'all came in here and started doing this shit, which is interesting. You said step on my cock and it was a joke. Haha. So funny. It's disgusting, James. You may not realize that, but to most women, it's disgusting and it's pathetic and it's childish and it's just base. It's like basic bitch shit. This is, and that's not comedy. But I know that BX Beast Boy is a comedian. There's all kind of leakage going on here. It's really interesting. Comedy is subjective. Comedy is not subjective when it is at the expense of someone else's comfort. So sexual harassment is not ever actually funny. Just saying. So yeah. That was actually, you may not realize it. Okay. You may not know this, but that was actually sexual harassment. Um, I'm new in this channel and you seem open-minded and down to earth. Love discussions minus the disrespect from I'm seeing from the dudes here. Yeah. I mean, usually my channel is pretty chill. They don't apparently understand that you shouldn't be saying certain things to a woman that you don't know like that, but that's, whatever. I did not sexually harass you. It was a joke. I apologize for it. I don't have to accept your apology though. I don't have to. And I'm so tired of the way that men treat women that I don't want to. You came up in here and you said shit that was extremely rude. And I don't give a fuck about your apology because it's just standard, typical shit that women deal with every fucking day. Can't even walk down the street without some dude, saying something rude. And you want me to accept your apology? No. You're going to meet more women like me who won't accept your apology. So you might want to adjust your behavior and how you talk to women. So we're what are we deleting and banning and all of that, people?
Yeah.
Okay. We screenshotted everything.
Yep.
Hold on, baby. We're taking care of it, Leanne. I think there might have been a couple people on here who were not trolls, though.
Yeah, I know. I've been pointing out. I've been keeping up with who they are and keeping them in the chat.
Right. Sorry about that, Leanne. To everyone else on here who is not a troll, if anyone comes on here and you are expecting this to be a safe place, I apologize. To Elsa, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm gonna have to put a I'm gonna have to send her a message and tell her to watch only up to a certain point because I don't think this would be good for her to see. Right now, she's in a bad place. No, we have screenshots of everything. We took screenshots. But did you see what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying, Leanne? Like, isn't it kind of weird? You know how many streams I've done, and I've never had that happen before. I've only had like before tonight. I've only had like 2 trolls come on my stream. On all the streams. What?
Nope, sorry, talking out loud.
Oh, okay. You want to come over here?
Sure.
This thing keeps sliding down a little bit. Okay. Oh boy.
You can't really see. And you know they were messing with you about the mic, right?
I know, but it's a problematic thing anyway. Like it like slides downward.
Yeah, that's why I had it vertical, because it would still pick up no matter what.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a round mic, not a tip mic only.
Well, I talk so low that, you know.
It's picking you up fine.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Leanne just asked you a question.
Lucas, what do you think about all that? I wish you would have answered my messages sooner so I could have gotten a better handle on that. I've been snapshotting the entire time.
Sorry about that. It's the first time I've ever had anything like that happen. So
I get you.
Yeah, so that's the first time I've ever had anything like that happen. They were really kind of sad in a way.
I had to deal with a 3-year-old who doesn't want to go to sleep during that entire time.
I love you and I'm sorry. Glad there was a man there to fix things for the helpless female.
Listen here, you little
Fuck
shit.
you, motherfucker. Fuck
This
you.
woman right here doesn't mean me to do jack shit for her.
No.
Okay? I was waiting on her okay to start banning all these motherfuckers. You want to add yourself to that fucking list? Keep it going.
Also, I'm not a female. I'm a woman. I am a human woman. Maybe hard for you to grasp. I'm not cattle. I'm not a dog. I am a woman. If you identify as a man, then guess what? You're a man. I'm not going to call you male. Hey, male. Hey, boy. I'm not going to infantilize you and dehumanize you that way. I kind of figured it wouldn't be, but we'll just do what we do. You know, this is going to end up being a 6-hour-long friggin' live stream.
I'd rather it not be. I'm trying to get to a new sleep schedule, if we remember.
Oh, right. Did you do the thing?
Yeah, I screenshotted it. I'm
Okay.
waiting for him to say something else. And then I'll ban him.
Right? Doesn't his language give him away?
Mm-hmm. Do you have an OnlyFans? What the fuck?
Maybe.
First of all, what kind of fucking question is that? Second of all, what fucking business is that of yours?
Clearly hasn't meant the sacred feminine. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is a house of sacred feminine right
Thank
here.
you, Seven Zatanna. Thank you.
So what if I did an OnlyFans and it was like an educational thing? I wonder if that would even fly. Like books, like reading, like talking, not like getting naked. Like,
I mean, you could.
I think there are
DJs and whatnot and shit
Yeah.
on OnlyFans, yeah. It's not just for women to show off their bodies. Oh, that's what it's turned into.
I mean, that's what people think it is, but one of my professors was doing lectures on there and like getting paid for it.
There you go.
Sacred masculine also. Yes, indeed. Sacred androgyny too. Can't forget that. It's,
There are 3.
I will say this, at least I have a bunch of people on my stream. That's fine. They helped with the engagement and all of that. Thanks a lot.
And they're still watching because we still have 12 viewers. They don't know that we can't see them.
Oh, well, you know, they're just helping bump up the videos for people who actually need them. So
Yeah.
I haven't been in there yet. In where? I don't have an OnlyFans.
Oh,
I don't have that. I'm still trying to figure out Instagram. I don't
have an OnlyFans, and I don't have a subscription on OnlyFans to anyone either.
Yeah, I know.
Why? They're not temp banned. They're perma banned. They're just forever gone from chat. They're not going to come back.
They're waiting for what?
In case I made it just in temporary ban.
No, baby. No. Bye, baby.
No.
Bye,
That's
bitch.
not the way we are.
Bye, boy. Bye, girl. Bye, whatever.
I'm a Libra. You offend me, you're gone. There are no second chances.
I give zero fucks. I don't, this is just, God. Not even good trolls, man. At least the one with the, like, amazing, life-altering trend was slightly clever. I'll give him that.
Yeah, that one had something going for them, yeah.
Yeah, you know, that was at least kind of sort of humorous.
Not bad. His little work. But still good. I've seen better.
I can't wait to get that film over the window so we can take the curtain down.
Mm-hmm.
It's the view from this window is amazing. Cannot wait for that. Libra ain't playing. Capricorns don't play either, and that would be, you know, me. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to reach out to the pagan community and see if they can come on here and bust the balls of all trolls, because pagans do love to mess with trolls.
Back in my days, trolls only lived under bridges and asked for pennies.
Yeah, why would you want to be a troll? What? I don't understand. I don't get it. Yeah, these trolls were not funny at all. They're just kind of boring.
Sitting in their mama's basement going, got him! No.
Wishing that they could, you know, figure out how to drive a car, get a job,
How to change a tire.
how to find a girlfriend, or, you know, whatever.
They're probably experimenting
Significant
with the last
other.
hand. Does it feel like a stranger?
No, probably not. Oh my God. Well, that was,
Interesting.
I'm going to have a bag of popcorn handy just in case next time. All right. So, I mean, if that is what BX is going to bring, then I guess we're going to have to do more videos on him.
I'm going to go ahead and ban Mark Dibble.
Okay. All right. So, what we saw there was a display of toxic masculinity wrapped in insecurity, a whole lot of insecurity. Oh Lord, that could drown an elephant. And the perpetuation, right? The cycle of abuse, right? It's just, you know what? You just helped me.
Yeah, it got us up to 13 viewers at one time. So yeah.
And engagement and whatever. So Elsa, if you see this, don't be bothered by all that, all right? I know that right now you're kind of raw. Don't be bothered by all them. I'm not bothered, baby. I'm not worried.
Follow the example of this powerful woman.
See, all they did was just prove my point. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe, I don't know, I'm such a small channel that other content creators might see what happened here and you have my permission to talk about it, go ahead. Because BX has done so much to so many people that the more people point out the obvious of what is happening, the more the reality is shown, and maybe then fewer people, because it's not just content creators, fewer people might be hurt by him. So, he gave us a lot to work with. And I do have some people that I used to work with who watch this stream. They're cops. They're one FBI agent. One is a marshal. What is it? I forget the term. Well, whatever. But I mean, some of them, when they get bored, they just, nobody committed a felony here or anything, but they may be curious.
They will find ways of entertaining themselves in their downtime.
They do, yes. I mean, I know I've seen some of those screen names before.
This is how scared BX Beast Boy is. He's going after a channel who doesn't even have 100 subs at the moment because we're capping it.
Maybe
that's how scared he is that he's losing everything, that he's about to get canceled.
But what's funny is we're gaining subs. We're not gaining them from him, but I'm sure in his mind he probably thinks we're, whatever. Clout chasers, isn't that what he always says? People who talk about him are clout chasers. No.
Like, no, dude, we're just calling you out on your fucking bullshit, along with every other person who's just fucking like you.
It's a good example of the twisting of words he does. Yeah, right? You saw that, right? I never said anything about a felony. There are some really, really good cops out there who, and whatnot, just people in general. I know people who work in tech. One in particular likes to watch this stream because he's been a friend of mine for a long time, and he gets irritated by trolls. He just doesn't, straight up does not like trolls. So, but I never said anything about a felony. Isn't that interesting? I wonder if somebody does have a felony then and feels guilty about it and is worried, or has done something that would be a felony and is worried. Yeah, I never said anything about race either. I don't talk like that. I don't use the N-word. Nope. And I actually actively hate that word. There's a lot of pain behind that word. So I defy anyone to find anything of me saying that shit. People who say the N-word deserve a kick to the face. That is my opinion. I stick with it. And also, I'm not a Trump supporter, so I don't even know where the fuck that shit came up. I didn't vote for Trump either time. No, indeed. I'm not a Republican. I don't like to shoot myself in the foot. That's just my opinion. Nothing to fear if you have nothing to hide, right? Exactly. Yeah, I mean, this just shows, like I have a very small channel, all right? I'm doing videos about domestic violence, about stalkers, trying to help people how to build a case against a stalker, how, what different aspects of abuse are. And BX Beast Boy was just me showing abuse doesn't always have to be an intimate partner, right? It doesn't have to always be a significant other. It can be in different aspects of life. So you have mods who have been abused or are saying they have been abused by BX Beast Boy. You have subscribers, members, content creators. Then there was this guy Zales and Destroy is his channel. His wife and children, who have nothing to do with nothing, he went after them as well, right? So you don't have to even be on the internet or like a supporter of his for him to come after you, right? So, I was like, this can happen. This kind of abusive personality can happen to anyone. It could be a mother-in-law, father-in-law, friend, coworker, whoever, someone on the internet, right? And this happens. So that's interesting. And now the numbers have gone back down of people who are here.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. But I swear to you, I swear I've seen those screen names before on other channels and they were banned for starting shit. And people called them out as being somehow affiliated to BX Beast Boy. I could swear. I'll see if I can check and see if I'm right or wrong or whatever, but so this just proves what I was saying. Thank you for proving what I was saying. You proved my point for me. Thank you. And no, I will never dox anyone. That's not my cup of tea. But I'm not saying that the IT guy that I know who works for a big company that you have heard of
That we will not disclose.
won't jump into your shit, or that, some of the other people I know won't be like, oh, okay. That's not up to me. That's not on me. But they don't dox either. What they do, they don't dox. They just. Interesting. This has been a weird stream. It's been a good stream, though, in that it has been informative. I want to take this stream and kind of make this bit its own thing. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. I'll have to download it and edit it then.
Because it proves a point. So for other content creators, if they need it, except for BX Beast Boy, he can fuck off. But other people have had problems with him. This is going to happen again to other people. I didn't think that he would focus on me because I'm such a small channel.
Maybe like later when we have over 1,000 subs and we're actually monetized, but this early is just showing your true colors, bro. Showing your true colors.
I think your channel is starting out makes it clear as day, yeah. Because you can tell, what are you doing, pretty baby? You can tell versus a really large channel where it's impossible. Yeah, right? Yeah, when the chat is really huge, it makes it harder to see the trolls, right? But this is so small that it was obvious. It's obvious. And the way they're speaking, I wonder how many phones he has. Does he have multiple phones or something? And he has different accounts and he says different things on different accounts, but there's a lot of leakage going on there. I'm going to go through and review the chat because there was some interesting stuff there. I'm just saying. It's very interesting. And a person who builds cases against stalkers. Hi. And other scumbags. Is it really all that intelligent to go after someone who, like, well. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get going. Yeah, thank you for being here. How do you Seven Zatanna. Okay. Thank you for coming by. I'm sorry there was a shit show going on. That doesn't normally happen here.
This would be the first.
Yeah. I will be streaming tomorrow. Normally it would be, I may have to do 2 tomorrow. For a reason, by the way. But we normally have Sci-Fi Sundays tomorrow. Yeah. But yeah, I have to get going. This is almost 4 hours.
Yeah,
Jesus. And
yeah,
the
it's
last,
past midnight.
yeah, the last bit was just dealing with that mess. So, thank you for being here. I do apologize for the mess that happened. That does not normally happen here, but if it does happen, we want to kind of document it for reasons. So, well, I hope so. I just hope it wasn't triggering for anyone. I'm not here to be doing that. I don't know. I have a feeling that all of this is going to backfire in someone's face.
That is not ours.
No, eventually it's going to catch up. Everything always catches up with people, so that's just the way it goes.
Mm-hmm. Want to do the normal outro?
Okay. You have the right to say no. You have the right to not be a dumbass. And if someone does not respect your no, then block and delete them and screenshot first, and you know.
And cut them out of your lives. Like, bye, Felicia.
Every fucking time. All right, Leanne. I hope to see you again. I hope that didn't put you off.
And Seven Zatanna.
Yeah.
And everybody else who's still watching.
Yep. True. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, all those things. And I guess let other content creators know what happened here if they want to see for themselves.
We'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, let them know they're not alone. This is gonna happen again, by the way. All right. Bye y'all.
Bye.
Love you. Bye. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Leanne. Okay. All right. Bye y'all.
Bye.
I think that's the longest stream I've ever done.
Yeah. You know.